If you just go back to my channel and hit refresh, it should show you some kind of live something that pops up.
All right.
Streamed 3 seconds ago, yeah. Live now. Okay.
Ain't technology great?
Yep. Okay. Is it
we are live on the new
Okay, there it is. I see it
link.
now. Okay.
I'm putting it in the super chat.
Have you got it? Have you got it?
I'm gonna get there.
I show 13 on watching on the new link.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
New link.
Yeah, there it is. Chat out. Minimize this. Go here. Kill that.
All right.
Go there. Okay. I'm going to email Wirecast this week. And I hate this new keyboard. I got a new keyboard. I've got a new wireless keyboard and mouse.
That's not that
this
bad.
week. These keys stick. They stick. I can't type right because they stick. Okay. Okay, guys. Sorry for once again the delay. I set this event up like a week ago, I think it was, and Wirecast. It said it was recording and it never came up. So and then at the very last minute there it started. But that was like 2 minutes after I started the stream. It shouldn't be delayed that badly.
Yes.
So, I'm going to open a support ticket with. That's a good thing about paid software. I can open a support ticket. I don't have to go dig.
But then you have to talk to people like us when we were doing support.
Yeah. Well, that's true, but that's okay. We know what we're talking about. So, hey, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We do have a super chat going. How many are in there right now, Frank?
Last I count, 18, 19.
Okay. All right,
I'm trying to pull up the old stream too, just to make sure people convert over.
Okay. I closed the old stream, but we had like 28, 29 in the old stream before we restarted it.
Yep.
So now this one's just live rolling on the channel. So let us do an intro video here. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name's Jason. I'm KC5HWB. This is Ham Radio 2.0, and this is going to be a hopefully a regular thing upcoming with live streams that we do every other Sunday. And Frank and I were talking about the time. He thinks that it was 7:30 last time. I thought it was 7, but we'll nail down the time, and then we'll say, okay, it's going to be every other weekend. So, Frank, it's all yours.
I am Frank. I am KG5AHJ. And how y'all doing out there in Ham Radio world?
Ham Radio YouTube world. So, yeah, that. Good deal. Okay. Thanks for being here, Frank.
No problem. Thank you for, hey, are you on your way?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I'm jumping in the car now.
Yeah. It's a good thing you live close. So, all right, guys. Once again, Ham Radio 2.0. Live streams are something that we started beginning of the year. We did it the first Saturday of the month, pretty much every month for the beginning of the year. We didn't do it the first Saturday in May because Dayton was the second weekend in May. We did a live stream from there. And then HamCom, same thing, except the one at HamCom was kind of... well, it was done outside because the signal on the inside was junk. But yeah, so we've done a live stream, and then in July, about 6 weeks ago. So yeah, end of June, we started doing a Sunday night live stream, and we did a DMR Q&A. Actually, the first one was on Wednesday, and did a DMR Q&A. Hey, Michael, thank you for the super chat, bro. K6MJF.
Southern California.
SoCal, always good. So you guys can donate to the show by clicking the $ icon at the bottom of the chat there. Doesn't have to be much. $1, $2, everything helps.
Howdy there,
So-
Joe from Atlanta.
Cool.
He
Yeah.
said hi to me, not you.
I know.
Me.
That's good. Okay.
I'm getting my fans finally.
Anyway, so yeah, we decided. I announced 2 weeks ago. We did an Arden Mesh Networking Q&A live stream 2 weeks ago today.
That's something I actually knew about.
Right. And then today we're doing our second DMR Q&A. Right now, what I'm thinking is that we're gonna do a live stream every other Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna have to be we'll have to do some changing around on weeks sometimes because I'm out of town in September for a little bit, so it might be like 3 weeks in between each one instead of 2. But we'll announce it. Be sure and announce it. Sign up on the email list, hamradio2.com/email-sign up. I do announce it there. I also put it in our Discord server. And so right now what I'm thinking is I'll do a DMR Q&A live stream about every other live stream. So about every 4 weeks we'll do DMR Q&A. Until that kind of, and if that fizzles out, then we'll just move on to something else. But most of my questions I get are about DMR because I've done so many videos about DMR. So so tonight's questions about DMR. Put your questions in the chat. You can always email your questions to questions@livefromthehamshack.tv. I did not get any pre-questions this round, but that's okay. Louis, where can I find code plugs for the Aliens HD1, Los Angeles? Go to dmrtexas.net. Click on mouse over the code plug section at the top, and underneath that there will be a pop-up for national code plugs. And if we have anything for California, it's done by state. If we have anything for California, that's where it'll be. There's a lot. Just Google DMR California. There's a lot of DMR activity in California. I'd be surprised if you couldn't find anything.
You don't carry any of those code plugs? Well, I guess not. You're focusing on Texas, on the Texas DMR website.
Well, the problem was we started to upload code plugs to the Texas DMR website and keep them all there. The problem was that nobody would ever update us. Mm-hmm. So they'd send it and say, oh, well, hey, here's my code plug for Oklahoma or whatever. And then it would sit there for like a year, and it would get stagnant. After like a month or two, they become stagnant. And we didn't follow up with them, and they didn't follow up with us. So Chris had a better idea about just doing links to everyone. So you can go to dmrtexas.net, go to the National Code Plugs page, and it has all 50 states there. And not all of them are filled in, but more than half of them are. We're getting a pretty good link system going there. So then it links, for each state, it'll link to another website for that state where code plugs exist for that state.
And do they link back to you for better metrics? On Google?
I don't know if he's, that's all Chris. Chris does all that. KD5HIY. He kind of administers that that part of the website. Well, he administers the whole website. I help him, but he's the main admin on the website. So yeah. Anyway, that. So, what's your beer of choice tonight, Frank?
My beer of choice. I got the Community Texas Lager.
There you go.
From Community.
Community Beer Works in Dallas.
Yep.
Not too far from us here.
No. It's
Cool.
a great lager. A little bit hoppy, but not too hoppy.
Cool. Good. I got Great Notion Brewing from Portland, Oregon. I got this from my buddy Chris. Chris Drummond from Buddy Poles gave me this. And he was down here in June for HamCom, and we did some trading. Peanut Brother. It is an imperial stout with chocolate and peanut butter. And peanut butter.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, peanut butter stouts are my favorite thing in the world, so I'm going to enjoy this one tonight. So thanks a lot, Chris. 73 to you, sir. All right. Don't. KE5CDK Doug just sent me an image that he's watching the live stream from his car.
Car?
Yeah, he's got like some kind of DVD player in the car. Or, well, I guess it's like it's probably an Android, double-gen Android radius car stereo.
Rock on,
that's
be
funny.
safe.
Hey, there you go.
That is awesome.
Don't let us cause an accident, please.
Screenshot that right now.
That. Well, he put it in Discord.
He's already put it in Discord.
That's what I said. He put it in Discord, yeah. So, yeah, that was funny. Good. Let's see. Jason, it's been a while since I have heard a solid update about the Uber DMR organizers, like Brandmeister, etc. What's the latest? You're going to have Paul Paul Teal, you're gonna have to clarify that question. I'm not sure what you're asking there. Give a shout out for the Alamogordo Amateur Radio Club's 35th annual Hamfest, August 31st. Cool. Alamogordo Amateur Radio Club's 35th annual Hamfest, August 31st, the last day of this month. That would be fun. You know, I've been to the Duke City Hamfest a few times.
Okay.
It's a good show. They have some vendors out there. Of course, it's a really good swap fest, but it's their I forget what section. I forget what ARRL section they are on, but it's their section convention.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a ton of forums. Really good learning opportunity out there.
We have Chad in the chat, super chat, jealous of all the radios behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Got a
that is
mobile
my
radios.
Yeah. So that's,
then the ICOM that you're blocking from the video.
That's the 7700. I picked that up in a estate sale. That's the 7700. Let me get a better shot here. If I could find my mouse on the screen. So that's the 7700, obviously. That's an FT 736R with just 2 meter 440. I'm looking for a 220 module to put in there so I can do 220 sideband. That's my KX3 right there. Up here, I got a V71A, a TH9000 220, and an FTM 100 on the far left there. I've got some other stuff too. So most of this stuff, most of the stuff I picked up used somewhere. I didn't pay full price for hardly any of that. But I look for deals where I can find them. Okay, get my mic cord out from under.
So have you ever joined the TGIF DMR net?
No, not the net. I've talked on the TGIF DMR talk group several times. I have not joined their net. I didn't know they had the net. That must be new. No, well, you know what? That sounds kind of familiar. TGIF used to be a talk group on Brandmeister.
Okay.
And they broke away from Brandmeister, and now they have an entire network of their own. So now, just like Seabridge, DMR Plus, Brandmeister, now we have a TGIF network with multiple talk groups on it. And I know a couple of the guys over there, and they're quite knowledgeable and quite helpful. So, no, I don't know about their net. Put that information in there. Let's see. Paul Teal. Jason, to clarify, we started in Oklahoma with Seabridges on one network and then moved everything to Brandmeister. Now I'm hearing even Brandmeister has some difficulty to deal with. Okay. Political correctness is not really my thing.
What?
Yeah,
Who knew?
Not. It's not. Political correctness is not my thing. But TGIF is what I was asking about. Okay, yeah, Paul, go check out TGIF. I don't want to talk bad about anybody. Let me just put it this way. What you're saying about Brandmeister, I've heard other people say. So I cannot speak to that specifically myself because in Texas, we're still on a C bridge in Texas. In fact, we've got about 4 or 5 C bridges in Texas. And 90 to 95% of our repeaters are on a C bridge. I have, there's probably, I don't know, there's like 150 DMR IDs for DMR repeaters in Texas, but they're not all active. Mm-hmm. There's probably half of that are actually up in the air and active and whatnot. So, yeah, we stay on C bridge out here. It's more customizable. It's more, I don't know, a little bit easier to work with, in my opinion. Some people may disagree with that, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with anybody else, but we've had DMR in Texas since 2010, 5 years before Brandmeister ever came online, and about 8 years before TGIF ever came online. So, yeah, we're pretty happy with our network out here. It works well. What's next?
I didn't really grab anything else from the chat at this moment.
All right. Well, we'll talk about Tapper.
Tapper, yes.
Tapper. The Tapper Digital Communications Conference, which I recorded last year for the first time. Gary Pierce from Ham Radio Now recorded the Tapper Digital Communications Conference for several years, and he kind of retired from doing YouTube for Ham Radio. He's doing a podcast now for some kind of political something out there in Raleigh area, Raleigh-Durham area where he lives. So I had done a couple of shows with Gary 2 or 3 years ago, and he and I did a really cool show at Orlando Hamcation 3 years ago, I think it was. 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. February of 2017 is when it was. Anyway, so he handled when he quit doing ham radio for YouTube for ham radio, however you want to say that. I asked him if I could take the reins from him. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure." So he introduced me to everybody, and I went out to and the Tapper DCC Digital Communications Conference. It moves around every year. It's in a different city and state every year. Last year it was in Albuquerque. This year it's in Detroit. Next year I believe it will be out in the Raleigh-Durham area, and Gary from Ham Radio Now has said that he has interest in helping out with it. So we've got a whole year to discuss that. And then the following year it'll be back in Tucson for like their 20th or 30th anniversary or whatever it is, because it started TAPR. Tapper is the Tucson Amateur Packet Radio Club. Started in Tucson, but it's grown far beyond that now. So they'll be back in Tucson in a couple years for an anniversary they're having. But anyway, so if you'll put that link in the chat. I have a Kickstarter going to pay for expenses, travel expenses. I drove to Albuquerque last year, but I'm flying to Detroit this year. It's too far of a drive to Detroit. So fly to Detroit, stay for 3 nights, record everything, come back, spend a couple of months editing and posting everything to my channel so that all the Tapper DCC forums, I think there were like 16 or 17 of them last year, and they're all on my channel in the playlist. You can go watch them. They're all about 45 to 55 minutes long. And any help you can provide with the Kickstarter will help me pay for the expense of that trip. So I've got about 30 days left on the Kickstarter, and I'm about 27% funded, so I need to try to get to rocking on that.
It's posted.
Thank you. Somebody asked something about the 9600.
Yes, the question was the 9600s don't. I lost it. The 9600s don't here have many using. They seem to be a little out of date. What are your thoughts on that?
I would argue that is inaccurate information. I mean, maybe that's true in your area, and it probably varies by area to area. A lot of people use basically right now here and today. Now this is about to change, but right now here and today there are 2 dual band DMR mobile radios out. Okay, there's the TYT MD9600, which is the same thing as a Retevis RT90, same radio. Just one says Retevis, one says TYT on the front. That's it. And there's this Connect System CS800D. And the CS800D has a very small monochrome screen, and the 9600 has a very large color screen. But the 9600 does not have a removable face. So a lot of people have chosen the CS800D due to mounting issues in their car, which is understandable. It's a good reason to choose a radio. But the 9600 has been very popular. I know several people that use the 9600 and like it, and TYT releases firmware updates for it all the time. So yes, the 9600 is a solid choice in my opinion. It holds the whole database. It holds like 3,000 channels. It's got a really nice display. The only drawback is that it doesn't have a removable screen if you need to remote mount the screen. Now, shout out to the Smoking Ape and to K8MRD, both in the chat today. Thanks for joining me, guys.
I missed that.
Yeah, I was kind of watching. Smoking Ape's up there, a couple.
I'm sorry. There you are.
Yeah. And Jon Mcclure. Look at that. Hey, everybody, it's Jon Mcclure. Jon Mcclure is in the chat. Go to mcclure.com, MIKLOR.com. Post that in the chat. Mcclure.com, Miklor.com. Go to Mcclure.com for reviews of radios. He doesn't do videos, but he does a lot of blog entries, reviews, a lot of good information, comparisons between stuff. And there's Hoshnazi. There's Josh. Dang it, Mcclure. Dude, everybody's here tonight. Gosh, I'm going to have to start... have to join all y'all's live streams too. So
Ooh, that would be fun.
Hosh did. My wife wanted to go to dinner Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. My wife wanted to go to dinner Friday night because I was looking forward to watching Hosh's live stream. Hosh did a live stream 2 nights ago about how to build a whisper transmitter out of a Raspberry Pi. So I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
Ooh.
that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Dude is a lot
That'd be a
smarter
fun
than I am.
project.
I'm gonna have to go watch that because yeah, that looked like it would be fun. But it was Friday night. Wife wanted to go out. It's like, okay, we'll go out. I can, because we're always it's on YouTube. I can go watch it anytime I want to. But
Building off what you were saying,
he says, spoiler alert, it actually worked. Hey, see, I told you you're smarter than I am, dude. So,
that'd be could we do like a cross stream live stream?
We're gonna do, what do you mean? Oh, no, maybe. We're gonna do a collab video upcoming.
Oh,
I'll tell you about that offline.
Ooh,
Watch for a
I'm in the
collab
know.
video upcoming.
I'm in the know.
So, yeah. In fact, Ape hit me up on Discord because I forgot to copy you on that.
And we also have Ham Radio Crash Course.
That's
popped in.
Hosh. That's
Oh.
Hosh. Yeah.
I'm
Hosh
just reading
Nazi.
usernames.
Yeah.
To follow on to your discussion there,
'Kay.
Lee posted the
Yes.
CS dyslexic here 800D also has a larger display option, and it also can control up to 4 radios.
Yes, that is true. Okay, thank you for reminding me about that. Yes, so they have a thing called the CS-BFD, big freaking display. I think it actually is freaking.
Yeah.
I think it actually is freaking. Anyway, big friggin' display. It's like this big, and it plugs into the back. Those of you familiar with an IC7000, you can plug in IC7000 has a screen about yay big, but you can plug in an external screen and get a huge display on it. So the CS800D now has that option as well. The big freaking display is like 5 or 6 inches, something like that. I think it's a 4:3 aspect ratio. I actually have one in there. And I was going to do a video on it, and I just never kind of got around to it. So I need to do that. But
since we're talking about it, that should be moved up
that
on
should
the
be
list.
moved up. Yeah. So, but yeah, they have that option. Very good point. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just a display. It's not like you can plug a microphone into it and work the radio, but I guess you could mount the radio underneath your seat or something in the car and just have the microphone out somewhere where you can reach it, and then have. I don't know if you can change. I don't know if you
Is
can.
it a touch screen?
I don't know. Or
just use the mic to mic it.
You can use the mic for parts of changing channels and changing zones. Yeah, you can use that for part of that. But yeah, I don't know if you can. I don't know what all features it has. It has a lot of features, and I need to.
Lee says yes, you can.
Yeah, to which part though? Because I was rambling. Let's see.
Probably the touch screen. Yes, there's a touch screen.
Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Roy?
the touchscreen. I see him. Okay, so Roy asked a question. Read that real quick.
Could you possibly explain the benefits of setting a static talk group in Pi-Star? I'm running a jumbo spot, and when I set up a static talk group, nothing happens. Thanks. Kilo, Juliet 7, Charlie Whiskey, Quebec.
Quebec. Okay. So. Okay. The talk group is not set statically in Pi-Star. The talk group is set statically. Okay, I'm going to assume that you're connecting to a Brandmeister server. Okay? I'm going to assume that because most people, when they use Pi-Star, that's what they use. So post in the chat if I'm wrong about that. You can set a static talk group on your Brandmeister dashboard. Now, all talk groups are dynamic on Brandmeister through a hotspot until you turn one static on the dashboard. But once you key up a talk group on a hotspot through Pi-Star on Brandmeister, it becomes static and it never times out. Now, this is not true again for the TAC 310, 311, and 312 talk groups because of all the hubbub that went on with that. We can talk about that later on if y'all want to. So with the exception of the TAC talk groups, when you key up a talk group on Pi-Star, if you're connected to Brandmeister, it should activate that talk group and it should stay static until you change talk groups. Never been to... go ahead and click show on that. I don't know. TGIF remains static when you key up BM. Has to be done on the self-care package. I don't think that's true exactly, Jason, because I have keyed up, unless they've made a recent change, because I've keyed up like Texas, North Texas, South Texas on my hotspot, and it's remained static for several days. You can do it on the Brandmeister portal, or you can do it on the hotspot, but you only do one at a time on the hotspot. You can go into the Brandmeister dashboard and make everything static, or not everything. You can make several talk groups static, so that when you plug in your hotspot and you move to another room, take it with you on a trip, you plug in your hotspot, and that talk group's always static on your hotspot.
Okay.
You can do that. But yeah,
so
most of that's done on the dashboard, though.
Is a TYT ATD578VU tri-band DMR radio, 2 meter, 220 and 440 a thing? Have you heard about it? From Steve.
Steve, you're mixing up about 3 things there, buddy. Yeah, I know Steve. He's up there in Little Elm.
Little Elm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Steve, that's not a TYT, bro. That's a Anytone. First of all.
About a mobile radio?
It's a mobile radio. And yes, it is a thing. It's supposed to be out later this month.
What?
Yeah. 2 meters, 220, 440, GPS and Bluetooth option, analog to DMR and vice versa, translation option, mobile radio.
Define that. I don't know what that is.
You can, the radio will do crossband repeat.
Okay.
And it will do cross mode repeat.
Okay.
So you can key up, you can set the radio up as a repeater, and you can take an analog HT and key up that radio, and it will translate it to
DMR,
and then vice versa.
Cool.
So I'm told.
How much?
There's like 4 versions of it, anywhere from like 200 to 400, something like that.
Are you going to get a couple?
I already got one. I already ordered one. I ordered one, and the guy, I'm not going to tell you who I'd order it from right now. I ordered one, and the guy, he called me like 30 minutes later. He's like, dude, are you not carrying these? I'm like, nah, man, I don't sell radios anymore. So I talked to him about a half hour. He's a cool guy. Yeah. So, yeah, Steve, AT-D578, tri-band, DMR and analog, is from Anytone, not TYT. I think you probably knew that. You probably just typed TYT by mistake.
You already sold me a tri-band radio. Now do you go and buy another one?
Yeah. Hey, I can't help what comes out in the future. I can't tell the future. Come on. So, yeah. Anyway, how many do we have watching right now? Because on the pop-out chat, it doesn't show.
No, it doesn't. I will scroll down and get to it in a minute. 70.
Oh, wow.
With 8 thumbs up and 2 thumbs down.
Oh, everybody! So there's like a couple of guys out there that always thumbs down everything I do. I'm pretty sure it's Noel is one of those guys.
Noel?
I think so.
The Noel?
The Noel.
Noel Lee?
The Noel. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Let's see. Where are we at here? So yeah, Steve, be watching for that, dude. I'm really looking forward to that.
We have a WA7ARZ in
Tucson.
Tucson,
yes.
sorry.
Dive into the TAC 310 issues, please. Okay, give me a second on that. I thought the talk groups on Brandmeister time out after 15 minutes when you key up the talk group. Eddie, no, they do not. Depends on if you're talking about a hotspot or repeater. I was talking specifically about hotspots a minute ago, okay? So repeaters, the repeater owner, what they call a sysop, system operator. It's a repeater trustee, the person who owns the repeater, can go in there and set static and dynamic talk groups to time out in a certain way or never time out or however you want to do that on a repeater. We were talking about a hotspot. You can set Brandmeister talk groups to be static on your hotspot all you want to, except for the change they just recently made to TAC 310, 311, and 312. Let's see. So yeah, that is that's there. That's Noel says that's a green screen. All virtual radios behind me.
Oh, that's what he meant by that.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that's a thumbs down, Noel.
Oh,
So-
I like that. I like that.
I'm teasing Noel because I know him like IRL, so it's cool.
He called me out the other day. We were talking.
You probably deserved it.
Well, we were talking on the 88 in Dallas driving, and
yeah.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Mhm.
And he keyed up. He goes, "Do you watch that? Jason guy on Ham Radio 2.0?" The other gentleman was like, "Yeah, I do. You know that crazy hair guy that occasionally shows up randomly and disappears randomly?" He goes, "Yeah. Who's that guy?" "That's KG5AHA. You're talking to him right now."
Hey, there you go.
I was like, "Oh
Awesome.
man,
Awesome.
My response was,
Yeah.
that crazy guy that we talk about randomly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noel, that's the Noel.
Yeah.
I'll
The
take
Noel.
you. I'll take you under the bus too.
Dino looks like Hagrid, yeah. Okay, so Laura. Hi, use sometimes my any tone. I have the net. I'm turned into. I key up and talk to everyone hears me, but then I don't hear net control. It seems to drop out. Any suggestions? That's probably an issue with the internet on the hotspot or repeater you're listening to. Or, a lot of times during nets, people key up on top of one another, and sometimes they just blank each other out. I've noticed that happens a lot during a net. So listen, try to have a conversation, try to plan to have a conversation with someone one-on-one, maybe a couple of people, like a round table or something. That's not during a net, and see if it still happens then. If it doesn't happen during non-net times, then you're probably just hearing traffic crashes come in on the net, would be my suggestion. That happens on our net all the time.
I thought DMR is supposed to bunk you if you don't get it, or you key a double if someone already has.
It is
the
if you have your code plug programmed correctly, that should happen. Yes, correct. But that's not. Some people don't have their code plug and the system's not perfect. Sometimes the system doesn't recognize it like it should. Sometimes people have their code plug set to admit always criteria, which they shouldn't do that if you're talking into a repeater. It's okay to do that on a hotspot since you're the only one on a hotspot, but on a repeater you shouldn't do that. Yes, that. So, yeah, that is that. So, okay. Somebody asked, I thought the talk groups are, no. What are your thoughts on, Corey is in there. What are your thoughts on ESSB?
I did not understand that, so I didn't pull it.
It's some kind of
I'm
special
sorry, Corey.
side. Something I forget what it stands. Extra single sideband, something like that. I forget what it stands. It's not DMR. That's my thoughts on it. It's not DMR. Not talking about that tonight. So, yeah, Noel, agree about the code plugs.
So, how brave are you tonight?
What do you mean?
We could try to flash this anytone I have in front of me.
Flash it.
Yeah, it's not up to date.
Oh, with firmware?
Yeah.
Oh.
We could walk.
We might
walk
do
through
that. We might do that. Southwest South Dakota. Hey, sweet. South Dakota. You don't hear many people from out there. Kansas. Welcome, Kirk from Kansas and Todd from South Dakota. KG5CQX. Welcome. Extended single sideband. That's it. This wideband audio. Yeah. Somebody asked that. Somebody asked that on the Bob's Net the other day. A couple weeks ago, I think it was. The Fusion YouTubers Net. Somebody was talking about that, and nobody had heard of it. I was like, I've heard of it, but I can't tell you anything about it. I've never used it. Yeah, so it's not DMR. That's the only thing I can tell you about it for sure. Let's see. Michigan, welcome. Leesburg, Florida, welcome. Wyoming. Jake from Wyoming, welcome. Let's see. There's Andy. 2 Echo 0 REE. Thank you for the DX, Andy. 73s to you, sir. 5x9. Let's see. KE0 VGP. KC0 CCB. Hutchinson Kent. Oh, W0 RH. Oh, I I thought I recognized that call sign, but I don't. W0RHP, good evening.
Then we got Andy from the UK. Is that 2E0RE?
That's who I just said. I just said that.
Well,
I literally just said that.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was special. I wanted to say that.
Well, you can say it. Go ahead. I've gone over my code plug. Okay, hold on. Lawrence says, I've gone over my code plug. Looks correct. UV380. I get lights like I should hear something, but I hear nothing on digital and analog. I know people are talking on analog. Usually, if you're getting a light on your radio and you don't hear anything, that means That means there's. Yeah, I mean, that means there's somebody talking on a talk group that you're not listening to. Your radio's probably not in monitor mode or promiscuous mode,
or door monitor.
Yeah, or they're talking on a rogue talk group, possibly. They're talking on a rogue talk group that they're not supposed to be on, or they're just talking on a talk group you don't have programmed into your radio. Even if you're listening to an analog channel and you see that light up, that could still be DMR activity. That's just receiving activity from that repeater. So most of the time, that just means that you're not listening to the correct talk group. Most of the time. Yeah, so that's that. Hopefully that, what I would do is, I think on the UV380 it's called monitor mode, which is the same thing as promiscuous mode, and it opens up everything and it just listens to everything on the time slot. There's a setting for that you can program your programmable buttons to turn that off and on, and there's a setting for that in the CPS. So look for something called monitor mode. Yeah, on analog, you might, if you're sure they're on analog, you might have the wrong PL tone too. That's very true.
Or just don't program a PL tone for receiving.
Unless the repeater's transmitting a PL tone, and then
you don't have to put it in there.
Yeah, you do. Well, there's a way to program the repeater where you do have to put it in there. Most repeaters you don't. That's true. Most repeaters that's true. But you can go in there and program where it's required. So, yeah. Are we only talking VHF, UHF tonight? No, Corey, we're only talking DMR. This is a DMR Q&A.
Maybe the next one could be HF.
I could talk about HF. I just can't talk about it as educated-wise as some people. I tell you what, though. If we go back to Costa Rica, we should do a live stream from down there. I did a live stream from Costa Rica 3 years ago. But it was back when I didn't have nearly as many followers, and I didn't have a regular live stream going at that point in time. So,
Noel wants me to point out, howdy to Andy from Australia, a VK3 HMV.
Say that again? He wants you to point out about? Okay.
The Noel.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he wants me to point out about Andy?
No, he wanted me to give him a shout out.
Oh, okay.
All the way from Australia.
Australia. Okay. VK3 land.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yesterday we went down. Those of you who are in Texas, especially the West Gulf area of Texas, South Texas, we did a DMR workshop in Crockett, Texas, yesterday, which is about an hour, maybe a little bit more, northeast, I think, of Conroe. And Conroe's an hour and a half north of Houston. So it's down around that area, outside of Lufkin. I actually met the repeater owner for the Lufkin DMR repeater yesterday. Lufkin, yeah. Lufkin. I've traded emails with him 2 or 3 dozen times, but I never met him before. So I met him yesterday. We did a DMR workshop. I gave my DMR 101 presentation, and Mark, N5YEY, did a presentation on hotspots and on code plugs.
I wasn't there to harass you. I think they're much more fun when I'm there.
I would agree with that. So, anyway, so that's that is that. So, all right. Last thing I wanted to talk about. Well, my last bullet. We're not stopping yet. That's not what I mean. Todd says he has cousins down in... Well, they have a DMR repeater now, Todd. So if I don't know where you are, dude, but...
Get them a ham radio license.
Right. If your cousins have a ham radio license, they can get on DMR and talk to you. So right now, that repeater has limited talk groups, but we can put anything on there you want to. So it doesn't matter. So let's go... Oh, yeah. Hosh says, there's always a thumbs downer out there, yeah. Mm-hmm. No doubt. Say, K5UZZ, Ray, good evening. Saw you in there a little bit ago. Let's see. Yeah, so somebody asked earlier, I kind of missed it. Earlier, but somebody asked Hotspot. I think somebody was asking for a Hotspot recommendation. This is a DX Mini, okay, and that's the obviously the dual time slot model. Where's the other? There it is. This is a DX Mini, and this is the DX Mini. I think he calls this one an XL. This one's a DX Mini, non-XL. I don't know. I actually recorded that new video today, Jason. So his name's Jason too. So you got to buy from a dude named Jason, right? Come on.
Never trusted Jason.
Oh, yeah. Never trust a Frank. But no, dxmini.com. This is a Pi Zero board with a small screen on it. That's a single time slot hotspot, which of course will do P25, Fusion, D-Star, DMR.
Does that come in a kit or is it pre-built?
It's pre-built.
Okay.
Pre-built. And he'll even set it up for you if you want. This one right here, if you're into DMR, this is probably a better one. It's got a bigger screen on it. It's a full Pi 3 plus B board on the side here. Larger screen, dual time slot with the two antennas, so it requires an offset. And if you want to use your hotspot primarily for Fusion or D-Star, you don't need this. This one will suffice. But this one, that's dual time slot, you can actually have two talk group. You can have a talk group active on time slot 1 and talk group active on time slot 2 at the same time.
That was a question that you'd already knocked off the list.
Okay. What did someone ask?
Oh, about dual. Is it possible to monitor two TGs with a dual band radio and a hotspot?
The radio doesn't have to be dual band because the hotspot is still single band. Both of these hotspots are UHF only. So dual band radio doesn't matter. But yes, you can monitor if you have a talk group at the top band and a talk group at the bottom band, and you can have two talk groups static at the same time, one on time slot 1, one on time slot 2, with a dual time slot hotspot. Be careful with those terms. Dual time slot is not the same thing as dual band. So yes, you can absolutely do that. And then it works like a repeater does. So, pretty cool. Roll your own hotspot. It's not that hard. That's true. That's true. You can roll your own hotspot. I can't build a metal case like that, though.
You can order one on Amazon.
Not like that, you can't. That's unique. That's a unique design right there. But yeah, man, there's a lot of options for hotspots out there, and I get asked that question a lot. Which hotspot would you recommend? There's basically only two hotspots in the world today. There's the open spot. It's inside. There's the Shark RF open spot, which has their own operating system that's independent, and there is Pi-Star, and there's about 1.5 million different Pi-Star versions of a hotspot out there. And Pi-Star is Pi-Star. It doesn't matter. Now, this one has a really cool touchscreen that a lot of hotspots don't have. Touchscreen's coming on this one if it's not here already. So it depends on if you want dual time slot, single time slot, touchscreen, with a screen, without a screen.
So what would be the point of a touchscreen? I thought you set this up and only need to update it.
If you wanted to change. If you wanted to change talk groups, if you wanted to change modes.
Can't you do that with the radio? You can key it up with the radio to swap the time slots or the talk groups?
Yes. Yes, you can. But if you wanted to change modes, instead of going into Pi-Star and clicking on it and logging in with the computer, you could touch screen it.
Okay.
Change to Fusion, change to D-Star or something like that. You could do that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can roll your own hotspot. Nothing wrong with that.
Sounds like fun to me.
Yeah, I mean, some people like to tinker with stuff like that. Some people, Linux scares the crap out of some people. I love Linux. I absolutely love Linux. fact, there's a couple of guys down in Houston that want me to come set up a HB Link server for them when I'm down there at the end of the month, because they're like, dude, we don't know Linux. I'm like, it's not that hard, bro, but I mean, it's cool. It's not a problem. I mean, you know, if you're scared of Linux, it's okay. But yeah, that is that. So yeah, that's the one I currently recommend, is the DX Mini. What else? Linux rocks. Philip is it Muth? Philip. Philip is correct. Linux rocks. Yeah.
I'm getting better at it. It's been a long time since I worked in Linux, and I'm doing it now.
If I could give up all of the stuff on, if I could get all of the stuff I need to run on Windows to run on Linux, I would. That's the only operating system I would use. So, what's Noel hitting me up about?
It's pretty funny.
Well.
I told you.
Halloween, yeah. Hey, that's an idea. Okay. Let's see. Any recommendations on inexpensive Pi-Star? The Zoom Spot is a decent choice. You can buy those kits exclusively at HRO. The DX Mini, the smaller DX Mini, is not much more than that.
How much are we talking about?
I think the Zoom Spot kit's around $130.
Okay.
This one is, I think, $199. But the Zoom Spot doesn't have a screen on it. This one does. You diehard Motorola guys, since your Motorola radio won't carry the entire contact database like a Chinese radio will, but you're a diehard Motorola dude, you should be using a hotspot with a screen, because the screen will tell you all of the information that the screen on the Chinese radio would tell you. So it tells you who's calling, what talk group you're on, and all that stuff. It tells you right there on the screen. So if you have this with you all the time, and your Motorola, you've got everything that you need, because this has ID translation. This downloads the entire ID database, just like you can load into like a TYT radio or something. So that's one reason to use a screen on a hotspot. Plus, also Pi-Star has GPS built into it, so you can do location sharing.
So can you get those, since those are always connected to the internet?
Yeah.
Can you set that up to auto-update contacts and other information?
I don't know if you can set it up to auto-update or not. There might be an option in there for that. I've never looked at that. But you log into Pi-Star and there's an update button. You click it and you're done. It's a one-click update. So I don't know. It might do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just wondering, because it's always connected to the internet. That would be like a cool feature.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Yeah. Those guys are watching.
The jumbo spot is, somebody says jumbo. Be careful. Be careful with the jumbo spot, because there's a lot of fake jumbo spots out there. The jumbo spot's a copy of the Zoom spot. The Zoom spot was out first. And then China copied it, and they called it a China spot at first, and then they changed it to a jumbo spot, and now there's a bunch of copies of the jumbo spot out there. And be careful. Make sure, if you're going to buy a jumbo spot, make sure you're getting a jumbo spot. Cheaper is not always better. Period.
But it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
And it's talking my language.
In both senses of the word. Not carry the whole database, Ape says. Well, it carries a translation of DMR ID to call sign. So, yeah, and you have to update that, because the database is updating every day. So sometimes when you'll start to get a bunch of call signs across the screen and it doesn't translate into... when you get a bunch of IDs across the screen, it doesn't translate into call sign. That means you need an update. So it carries a translation.
I got a good question from Chad here.
Okay.
He's new to DMR.
All right.
Can you explain C-Bridge and how certain talk groups are locked into certain repeaters?
Yeah, so a C-Bridge is a router. It's basically a software router on the internet that points certain talk groups to certain repeaters. And generally, it's done at the repeater owner's discretion. So if the repeater owner says, I want talk groups 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I do not want talk groups 4, 5, 6, and 8, then C-Bridge can route talk groups to that repeater on whichever time slot the repeater owner wants. Repeater owners are as variant as everything else is out there. So some repeater owners, If you have a repeater locally where you live, and you want a certain talk group on that repeater, and it's on a C bridge, and go to your repeater owner, he might put it on there for you, and he might not. It's his repeater; he can do whatever he wants to with it. But yeah, you can add. Here's the thing: with a C bridge, you can add talk groups from any network you want to. I can add C bridge talk groups on my repeater. I can add Brandmeister talk groups. I can add TGIF talk groups. I can add DMR Plus talk groups. I can add an All-Star a talk group that translates All-Star to DMR. I can add an Echolink translated talk group. I can add a talk group that's cross-connected between Brandmeister, TGIF, and D-Star. I'm sorry, Brandmeister, TGIF, and C-Bridge. Now, Brandmeister doesn't like TGIF connecting to them, but technically you can do it. Just piss a bunch of people off. But you can do fusion to DMR talk groups. So the C-Bridge is much more customizable. But yeah, I mean, they don't have access to thousands of talk groups the way that Brandmeister does. But you can pick and choose more. There's a wider range you can pick and choose from to do C-Bridge than there is on Brandmeister and TGIF. TGIF is just, they're a newer network. They don't have as many talk groups as some of the other ones do right now.
Smoking Ape says, oh, I lost it. I'm sorry, man. He said our last video helped him order some new equipment. I'm glad we can always spend his money.
Smoking Ape said that?
Yep.
Whoa, that's saying a lot. Holy cow, dude. Pretty sure you've caused more people to spend money than I have, but that's okay.
Talking about spending some money. You want to lead into a Patreon here?
Yeah, you can put the Patreon link in there if you want to. I do have a Patreon page. I'm starting this month. Oh, I should talk about that. This month I am starting a newsletter, which I've had an email list for years. I've got an email list. It's got 2,300 plus subscribers on it. I send emails out. I don't send emails out as regularly as I should, but I want to start a new additional. I'm going to keep going with my email list and get better with it. In fact, I sent 2 emails out this week, so I'm going to keep going with that. But I'm going to start a new exclusive newsletter for just my Patreon subscribers. That's going to be starting in August. And Mike says, K8MRD, you know who that is, don't you?
Yes.
He's the guy who had the mead.
Yep.
At the Warped Wing. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. He said, I'm still hoping one of my videos will inspire you to get on HF. Dude, I'm on HF all the time. I just don't want to tell other people. I don't want to. I can't answer as many questions about HF as I can about DMR. So, but you know what? We might do it anyway.
We have a new ham in the chat.
Oh, who?
Brian just passed his technician's license this Saturday. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, man.
He's asking about his first. What should he get for a first radio? A Yaesu FT3DR or a Kenwood HT D74A?
Okay, I saw someone come in there and say that the Kenwood was D-Star and Yaesu is Fusion. James said that. Mm-hmm. Yes, which of course is completely correct. Mm-hmm. So, Brian, is that his name? New license guy?
Yep, Brian.
Do you want D-Star or do you want Fusion?
Now, my recommendation on that is talk to your buddies. See what's popular
what is
in your
around
area.
you? What is around you?
Because
is there a lot of DMR around you? Is there a lot of Fusion around you? Are you going to use a hotspot and not worry about repeaters? If so, man, it's really, I mean, shoot, it's your choice. That FT3DR is supposed to FT3D is supposed to drop this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Hosh, I'll be watching for your video, bro. And I've got one on order, and I will do a review on it, and I'll do a couple videos on it probably. But yeah, I'm not the Fusion guy. So I think Bob's the K6 UDA is really the D-Star guy. I think Hosh is bigger into Fusion and Wires X than I am. But yeah. So Brian, what do you want to use, man? Do you want to use D-Star or do you want to use Fusion? Now, if you're talking about overall radio quality, okay, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. Kenwood is a better radio than Yaesu.
How dare you? I don't own either of them.
I know you don't. I mean, that's my opinion. That's my opinion is that Kenwood makes a better radio. Nothing wrong with Yaesu. I didn't say Yaesu sucked. I never said that. But if I had to pick one, I would pick a Kenwood. As far as HTs go, anyway. So there is that. So if you're just talking about dual band and maybe digital sometimes, then get the Yaesu. But the Kenwood has tri-band. The Kenwood has 220. Do you want to use 220? If you want to use 220, get the Kenwood, because the Yaesu FT3D doesn't have 220. So there's a difference also. Also, the Kenwood's still about $100 more than the FT3D will be. So, anyway.
So what were you talking about? Your last bullet point? We got distracted again.
Yeah. I'll bring that up. Hold on. I want to read through this.
All right.
Don't know, LOL, he says. Okay, well, figure it out, dude. I mean, it's okay that you don't know. It's not a problem. If you just want analog, don't spend that much money on your first radio. Get a... I don't know. Get one of those Waxon UV 9Ds or 9Ps. Something like that for your first analog radio.
And a mag melt. A cheap mag melt.
Yeah.
Because I ran for that for years. Or a year.
Well, no, you had a mobile radio.
Well, I had
I'm talking about an HT.
Oh, or HT, yeah.
I'm talking about
I was just
HT.
talking about my first radio.
Oh, you live in Houston. Well, I tell you what, Houston has everything. Houston has a really great DMR presence down there, but they have a lot of D-Star as well. So, once again, figure out what you want to use. I mean, you can't get everything at the same time. I doubt you want to buy like 5 radios when you first get licensed. So, anyway. Philip says most of the Yaesu repeaters around here are used on analog anyway. Yep, here too. Brian Mackey says, what? LOL. I don't know. I've said a lot of stupid things tonight, so I'm not sure what you're...
That was when you're talking about the Yaesu and...
Kenwood's better than Yaesu?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Truth hurts, bro. Let's see. I'm in Houston. All DMR is the way to go in Houston. I'm in Tomball, just north of... Oh, Lee. Yeah, KC3LE Lee. Good evening, Lee. Yes. Yeah, DMR is really big in Houston. They got a great repeater network down there, and they're building it out. They're going to be adding more repeaters over time. So, yeah, DMR would be the thing to be into in Houston, for sure. Not the only thing, but definitely a thing. Grab some dinner. Good to see you, Jason and Frank. Okay. Hey, man. Hosh, thanks for joining, dude. Let's see. MDUV380 will allow you to access VHF, UHF, and DMR. That's true. Noel is correct. How about BTEC 6x2? I have one. Yeah, the BTEC 6x2 is a fantastic radio. If you have Roy, if you have a BTEC 6x2, if you have any questions, go check out the Smoking Apes channel. He has a lot of videos on the BTEC 6x2. Really great radio. Very, very similar to the Anytone. Very, very similar to the Elenco. I've got one somewhere. Oh, it's over there. So I've got one over there. I need to update. I need to put the new firmware on it, I think. But yeah, that's a great one. If you can pick one of those up, if you want to buy one brand new, go do it. If you get one from used somewhere, Hamfest or whatever, that is a great radio. And Smoking Ape on his YouTube channel has a lot of different videos about that specific model. So Houston also has a large GMRS repeater network. Yeah.
What's GMRS?
General Mobile Radio Service, I think.
Oh.
GMRS is the licensed version of FRS.
Okay.
But all you do is buy a license.
Yeah.
You don't have to take a test or anything. So.
And they're limited to a watt. I think
FRS is limited to a watt. No, I can get a mobile radio that does 25, 30 watts for GMRS.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I think it's 5 watts on an HT. But, yeah. No NXDN in DFW that I know of. I do NXDN on hot. Yeah. I don't think there's any NXDN in Texas, as far as I know. But okay, so the last bullet point I wanted to talk about.
Last bullet point.
We're not shutting it down. I'm just going to talk about something real quick. We've been going for just over an hour.
Yeah, GMRS is max at 50 watts. I didn't know that from Roy.
Yes, max at 50 watts. That's what I thought. You can have repeaters on GMRS. You cannot have repeaters on FRS legally.
Yes.
Legally speaking. So
I knew that one.
did you?
Yes.
Okay, good. A subscriber of mine donated to me it's not brand new, but it's virtually new. It was never put on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Bridgecom BCR 440U or 440U or whatever that model. It's a 440 repeater.
Okay.
Okay. He hit me up in April sometime of this year, and he said, "Are you going to Dayton?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to Dayton." He's like, "I live just right south of Cincinnati." He goes, "If you come through here," he goes, "I'm planning on going to Dayton." He couldn't go at the last minute, and he wanted to donate a repeater to me to give away on my show.
What?
Yeah.
Does this guy have anything we can plug, or he did this out of the kindness of his heart?
Kindness of his heart. He said he
Oh,
bought a
wow.
repeater system.
Uh-huh.
He's got it's got a mobile duplexer on it. It's got a Pi Star device with it, so you can turn it into a D-Star or DMR repeater.
Okay.
He had a rack for it, which I did something else with, and he had an amp for it, which I also did something else with. But the repeater itself, he bought it, he put it all together, and he took it out to the site, and it didn't get the coverage that they were hoping, so he tried to get it to go to another site, and they're like, "No, we don't want a digital repeater," because he wanted it to be a DMR repeater. So he's like, "All right, forget it. I'm just going to give it away." So he contacted me. He goes, "I want to give you this repeater. I want you to give it away on your show." I said, "Sure. Yeah, I'd love to. Be great." So I am at 18,850-ish subscribers on YouTube right now. So that's going to be my 20,000 subscriber giveaway.
Okay.
It's a $1,200 repeater.
All right.
So when I get to 20,000 subscribers, I will set up a giveaway and we're going to give away the Bridgecom repeater, the mobile duplexer, and I think he's got a programming cable with it too. And you can download the software for free, and the Pi Star and the interface cable and all that. And I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it on. I'll do a whole episode about it. So, yeah, look for that upcoming. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll only be a month or two before I get to that number. But 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away a Bridgecom repeater. That's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy that.
Can I get it?
No, you
But-
cannot. Do you have a site to put it?
I'll find one.
No.
I'll put it on top of my house.
No. But, yeah. That... freaking Brian just put his freaking address and thing. Like I'm going to send him the repeater.
Just strip it.
That's awesome. Yeah, Bridgecom software and cable is about $80.
Noel says there'll be no shipping for him.
No shipping for him. He doesn't have a site to put it either. Anyway, I'm going to give a Bridgecom repeater out, and here's the other thing: the guy who gave me the repeater said he would pay for shipping to the person who wins it. Now it's going to have to be in the USA. I'm not going to disallow someone from overseas to enter the contest. I'm just going to say, okay, we're going to have to figure out a thing on shipping, because if you win a $1,200 repeater and I put it all together in a package and it weighs, I don't know, 15, 16 pounds, and I have to ship it to Australia, then we might have to come to an agreement on shipping. But I don't want to say limited to USA only. I just want to say we'll ship it to you if you're in the USA. If you're outside the USA, then be prepared to pay a little bit.
We'll talk.
But yeah, so that's gonna be fun though.
Don't you have people to work that out for you?
Yeah, I've got you.
Oh, crap.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm going to get another beer.
right there in the tap. Yeah.
I like the
There you go. I know. Yeah. There's no, I can't really see you out there anyway. So I'll get Frank while he's sitting down. Change the camera to me.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Hey, more questions in the super chat. How many are we? Are we still at 70? Or are we?
Good question. I'm waiting for the head to come down.
That's fine.
75.
Oh, that's good. Hey, you know what? That might be our most watched live stream.
Really?
I think, most of them hover around. Now, again, we've only been doing the live stream since January.
Yes.
Actually December of last year. And we've switched the days around, and we haven't been very consistent about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think most of them hover around 50 to 60, something like that.
I kind of like this 2-week period.
I do too. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's a good. I can't do it every week like Hosh does.
Mm-hmm.
Hosh does a live stream on his channel, Ham Radio Crash Course, every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's 7 p.m. Maybe it's 7 p.m. He's in California. Maybe it's 7 p.m. Pacific Time. I don't think it is, though. I think it's 7
That's
p.m.
early. That'd be about 5 our time.
No, 7 p.m. Pacific is 9 p.m. our time. We're 2 hours ahead of them.
Oh, you're right.
But I think it's 7
You're right.
p.m. Central Time, which is 5 p.m. his time. Anyway, it's 7 his time. 7 his time. Okay, that'd be 9 p.m. my time. 10 p.m. Eastern Time, same time. Okay.
So
all right. So Mike knows. Mike knows.
7 his time.
7 California time, 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Anyway, every Friday night he does a live stream. A lot of times he'll build a kit. Last night or 2 nights ago, he built a Whisper transmitter out of a Raspberry Pi. He does some really cool stuff. So you guys watch his stream. Tuesday nights, W5KUB, 8 p.m. Central Time, W5KUB.com. Sometimes I'm guest star on that show. And Tom, he's a good dude. He's really knowledgeable. He talks about everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Talks about everything in ham radio. But that's a live stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Get the ear horns ready. 82. Bum, 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 bum.
Awesome. Yeah. Sweet. Of course, Wednesday.
Andy said 3 a.m. UK time.
Sorry, dude. Yeah. Ham Nation's on Wednesday nights. I haven't watched Ham Nation in a while. I used to watch Ham Nation.
I used to be a big Ham Nation fan, and I'm not putting them down.
No.
It got repetitive for me.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Seemed
I've heard
like
a lot of
every month kind of cycled through, and they were talking about the same thing over and over again. But it was always good and new information about that topic, but it just seemed a little repetitive.
They have the same topic, but they talk about new stuff about that topic.
A bit, yes.
It's kind of like a DMR Q&A.
I wasn't going to say it.
Yeah, so... Oh, what is this? I got to read this. Cut off Frank from the brew, and Noel says, N5 REL, it's not the beer, that's just Frank. Oh, boy. Yeah. So,
Billy asked us what we're having tonight. Let's do a quick little recap for the beer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we said that at the beginning, but that's okay. We didn't have 82 subscribers or watchers at the beginning. Mine is a Great Notion Brewing Peanut Brother, which was given to me by Chris Drummond from Buddy Pole when he came down here last June, 2 months ago. We did some beer trading. He came down here for HampCom. I gave him some stuff from here. He gave me some stuff from there. Really great brew from Great Notion Brewing, which this is one flavor. He gave me like 6 different flavors. So,
and I'm having today the Community Texas Lager, a brewery down here in Dallas, just west of downtown off of 35. And it's the Texas Lager. It was pretty good. It was a good lager, a little bit hoppy. If you like hoppy, go for it. It's a hint of hops. And now I just poured myself. I forgot what's on there. Help me.
Oh, on the draft?
Yeah.
That is a... let me clear the screen out here. I was just putting our call signs back up there. That's a Hop Fusion Feisty Blonde.
Ooh.
That's what we had last week.
Mm-hmm.
So, or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, I got a keg right there. So, life is better with a keg. All right. Any more questions from the DMR, from the Super Chat, guys?
Yes. The DX Mini, what antennas are you using on the roof rack?
Roof rack.
That's what it says.
Do you mean on the hotspot itself? It comes with these antennas. It comes with this just a little UHF SMA antenna is all it is. So you can put anything on it you want to because it's very standard SMA. On the roof rack, sounds like you're in a car. And if you're talking about when I said earlier that I was going to put this one on my car, I'm not going to put an external antenna on it. I'm just going to mount it. I'm probably going to mount it upside down on my roof like that, to where the antenna is still vertical but pointed down. Yeah, I'm not going to put an external antenna on it because I don't want it. I don't need range on my hotspot if I'm driving down the road. I just want it right there with me. So, yeah.
Oh. Kirk said, I need to learn how to pour a beer. Tilt the glass. It's not how to pour it. The line's a little warm.
That's actually not true. That's actually not true. Because you want a
bit of head.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
right.
depending on the beer,
that's how
three quarters to a half.
Yeah.
But mine was
But
probably more heady than normal.
Yeah, it probably was. That's because the faucet is outside, so it's ambient room temperature. And the line's inside the kegerator at 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So when the beer comes out and hits the hot faucet, it heads up a little bit. And then you pour like half a glass, and you wait, and the faucet cools down because that cold beer just came through it. And then you pour, and then you take another glass and you pour beer, and it comes out correctly. But here's the thing. Some people will tell you to vigorously pour beer because unless you're drinking Coors Light or some junk like that, you want the head on the beer.
Mm-hmm.
I learned all this after I bought a keg and started reading kegerator websites, and people were like, oh, no, you never want a frosted mug to pour your beer in. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, of course I want a frosted mug. Mm-hmm. And I still use a frosted mug sometimes because that's me. But all the glasses out there at room temperature.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So this is not about DMR, but our stream.
Okay.
Brian asks.
Okay.
Not to mess with us too much.
No, that's okay.
Why does Frank have a crappy cam?
Well, good question. There's nothing wrong with the camera that's on Frank. The problem is that all of my lights are behind Frank, so the camera is looking at my studio lights. Because when I set up the shack, I wasn't thinking about doing live streams. So I'm working on that. We're going to get, this week, I'm going to finish cleaning up the shack, getting everything set up. This ham shack has been like a 2 to 3 month thing. It's about 90% done right now. But when it's all said and done, I'll probably put Frank over here somewhere so that my studio lights that are pointed this way will point at both of them. What are you listening to?
I have no
Is that Hearst?
That was Hearst, yes.
Okay. So
that
my studio lights that point towards me this way will be pointed towards Frank, and he'll be over there probably.
Yeah, on the camera.
So it'll be I got to rearrange my cameras. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that camera. It's just it's pointed at the studio light.
I kind of like my Carrie Fisher focus. Soft focus.
So Jim Flynn. Okay, what's he got?
I was just trying to find it again. He was asking about touchscreens. Which hotspot has the touchscreen?
This is the DX Mini, the little one.
And who makes it?
DX Mini.
And one more time.
DX Mini. Go to dxmini.com. You already posted that in the chat.
Yeah, I'll probably need to dig up again.
Yeah, just post that. Yeah, this is a touchscreen. I actually have a video. I did a video on these hotspots a couple months ago when they first came out. They've had some updates since then, and I recorded a video a few days ago about these updates, and I will be posting that tomorrow. Tomorrow on my channel, I'll have a video that shows the touchscreen on this one. This one right here, the XL, maybe if Jason's still out there, he can tell me what the status of the touchscreen on the XL is. But this little guy right here has a touchscreen that you can go through and switch stuff on. So, yeah. Mike says, Sam Squatch is always out of focus. Sam Squatch? Sam's Quamch. Sasquatch is what, yeah, I think so. Working on the touchscreen for the XL, stay tuned. Yeah, I knew I knew that. So there will be a touchscreen coming for this. You don't have to have a hardware update. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Jason. There was no hardware update done on this one to make it touchscreen. It was just an update to the firmware on the screen itself. I believe this one will just be a firmware update on the screen, not a firmware update on the Pi, but a firmware update on the screen. And he says correct. And so you don't have to worry about new hardware. It's not new hardware. So if you have one of these now, you can update it. to what it is now. If you buy one now and update comes out later, you just be able to update it via firmware. So you don't have to change the screen out or anything like that. Yeah. Yes, I get it. LOL about the beer. Good, Kirk. I get it about the beer too, bud.
Brian came back to us saying loves
Okay.
the stream.
Thank you.
He wants us to figure out how to get Skype other callers on video.
Yeah, I am working on that. Video is not that's easy. The video part's easy. The audio stream coming in from the internet into my mix board is what's tricky.
Yep.
Because if I turn my audio on my browser, on my computer, on my browser right now, you're going to hear a bunch of feedback.
We tried that one night with one live stream.
Yeah,
and
we did.
Couldn't get it to
so
work.
That's another question that I need to send a Wirecast and say, how do I set up my audio board so that I can pull audio in from Skype and or Zoom or whatever and get it to work correctly?
He also says he used to do a podcast on ham radio and photography. I am an amateur photographer too. That's great.
Yeah, he is.
Post your link and we'll get it out.
Yeah,
there
post your link out there, man. Do you still do that? Do you still do podcasts on ham radio?
But I am a photographer also. I like waterfalls and landscapes. So my vacation idea is getting lost in the forest.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks.
Let's go. Yeah, we should do a forest trip and get lost, and you can take pictures, and I'll do some QRP.
Yeah. Well, let's go down to what's south of us?
Big Bend.
Big Bend.
Oh, we need to go down, dude. That's like one place in Texas I've never been.
Mm-hmm.
I've been all over Texas. I've never been to Big Bend.
Same here.
I'm kind of ashamed to say that, but I've never been down there. Let's see. Does the DX Mini XL do VHF, or is it just the Mini? As far as I know, neither one of them do VHF. Either will do UHF and VHF.
Do you want to talk a little bit about co-plugs? Because Ken asked, if I provide the beer, will you help me program my Anytone?
Yeah, if you're bringing beer, of course. Brian says get a drone. I have a drone. We've done drone videos before. So, yeah, right up the alley there. So, both models will do VHF and UHF. Okay, well, there you go. Both models will do VHF and UHF. But it's just
a guy with DX Mini.
It's just, that's Jason. Yeah,
All
he's
right.
been in the chat since the beginning. Are they dual band, or is it either or? Is it mono band either or, Jason? Because I tell you what, dude, when I was recording the video the other day on this thing, and you go into the settings, you touch the screen and it go into the settings, it says that it's a dual band board, but I didn't think it was. I've only ever used it UHF. So, yeah. Okay, running the DX Mini standard on VHF NXD. And oh, well, hey, there you go. I didn't know it would do VHF. Okay, there you go. Learn something new every day. We'll run on VHF or UHF. Okay. I guess you can do either or. Cool. I honestly don't see the fascination in VHF DMR.
I heard it was popular up in the north.
Yeah.
Part of the United
I
States.
mean, if you're in an area that UHF repeaters are more restrictive, yes, absolutely. But I'm just like,
from your RF Finder friend.
oh yeah, Bob.
Yeah. He said that it was a very popular band up north.
Yes,
But down south is
yeah. Well, like up around like New England area, and then out in California also they have stricter restrictions on UHF.
interesting.
Yeah, it depends. It's like a military thing. Some places the government has more usage of the 440 band.
Big government. Rival.
We're not going to talk about that. So anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just kind of came out.
You're good. Okay. So, okay, good. What else? Anybody else? Who else got a question? Depends on the deal you get with the US VHF Motorola versus UHF. Or the NX 5800. Yeah, I'm looking at you, man. So, think about upgrading my Shark RF to the DX Mini. Railham? Does that say Railham? Is that what that said?
Railham CG.
Are you using the original OpenSpot or the new wireless OpenSpot? Okay. Because if it's the original OpenSpot that doesn't have Wi-Fi, then the DX Mini is much easier to use because it has Wi-Fi. So there is that.
Noel is on the roll. We're not going to mention his last comment, but other ideas though for videos and streams. Hurst just did a grounding.
I'm not doing that
presentation.
Okay.
Oh, I know that.
Okay,
I know that. But that means I'm gonna step closer and getting my ready for putting my antenna up.
Okay. What antenna do you have?
Well, the club made J-pole antennas about a year ago.
Oh, you're just talking about VHF, UHF.
Yeah, VHF,
Okay.
UHF. But
Okay.
putting up my base station and getting all that going. That could be a video idea.
We could totally do that with a video. I don't think it would
Yeah.
be a good live stream.
Oh no, I meant video.
Okay, yeah, we could totally do that with a video. That's not a problem at all.
Yeah, and then we can combine Brian's suggestion and do a drone shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll do a drone shot. Do a really good drone shot. So. What was that?
That was me.
Did you send me a message?
No.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, I put it in the chat.
Right. Oh, okay. Oh, in the in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
If you want to join us in Discord, it is
Yes. Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Ham Radio 2.0. Oh no, I messed that up.
Hamradio2.com/Discord. We were in there last night. We've had 4 people join since 7:20. So in the last hour and 10 minutes, we've had 4 new people join. So thank you guys for joining Discord. Lee, KC3LEE, and I, and Mark N5YEY, and maybe a couple other people were in there last night talking about Ham Radio Deluxe, FL Digi, FT8, some HF stuff we were talking about in there last night. Putting up rotors. Lee just moved from Pennsylvania to Texas. He lives down in Tomball, Texas, just north of Houston. And he's talking about he's ordered some kind of big, awesome antenna, I think. I don't remember exactly what it is. And he bought a high gain Ham 4. He bought it from me, actually. It was a high gain rotor that I have Bob W5FKN rebuild for me. Hey guys, if anybody ever wants a rotor, a tower rotor for a HF antenna, VHF, Yagi, whatever, Bob W5FKM out of Decatur, Texas, he rebuilds them, and they are more solid than they are from high gain directly. Ham 2s, Ham 3s, Ham 4s, CDE 150s, tail twisters. If you're in the market for a rotor, let me know, because I'll put you in touch with Bob. He does a fantastic job. Uses better parts, better grease, better bearings, and everything than the factory does, and your rotor will last forever if he rebuilds it for you.
From Radio Stuff, everyone tell Smoking Aces to get his general license.
Ape doesn't have a general? Dude, I thought I was far behind by being only a general.
General
that's
here.
Funny. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on. Frank's a general, man. Come on, Ape. You can do the general thing. Frank even did it.
I almost got my extra on the same test.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, it was 10,
I took the extra. I didn't do very good on it at all.
About 10 questions I missed. And they almost broke my arm for not taking it again.
You know what I've got to do? I've got to learn CW.
That is on my list.
I've always wanted to, and over the course of the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, something like that, I've been reading about, I've been watching Hosh's channel, because he does a lot of QRP rigs. And I've been watching that. I've been reading up on soda expeditions and islands on the air and this kind of stuff, and I'm like, dude, if I need to go up and if I want to go on a soda expedition, I gotta learn. I mean, yeah, I'd like to go up and do a soda expedition and take my KX3 and do single sideband. I'd rather do that, but if I can break through the noise and do more CW than I could voice contacts, I need to learn CW.
You want to do true CW. You don't want to hook it to a computer and do a program that you just type it out like teletype.
Dude, L&R Precision makes what they call a mountain topper. It's a radio about the size of a pack of cards, maybe a pack of cigarettes, something like that.
I've seen it several
Runs on a 9-volt battery.
Uh-huh.
You just get a wire. You get a wire antenna like a pack antenna, or just measure out your own wire. You know, put a BNC on it. Take it up there with your 9-volt battery, and you sit there and you're running 3 watts on CW. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Smoking Ape came back, says, okay, I promise I'll do it.
Hey, Ape.
Peer pressure.
Ape, go watch my general class videos, bro. Actually, the question pool for the general pool updated 2 months ago in June. I will be recording a new technician class in September, and a general class in October.
Extra?
Mike's working on the extra. Don't know the time frame.
Extra?
On it. But I'll be getting my extra when he does that. So, yeah.
Yep, me too.
We'll be putting up new classes. Actually, speaking of CW, I was leading into this anyway. I have a CW class that I'm going to be posting.
Really?
Yeah. All the CW classes that Nick did at the club. Yeah.
You got a year ago.
Yes, but not all of them. I've got everything except the numbers. I don't have 0 through 9.
Okay.
I need to get him to do 0 through 9. And he keeps telling me, he goes, dude, just let me know when. I'm just like, man, my Saturdays are always booked. So I need to go up there and get 0 through 9, and then I'm going to do a series of videos on here's how you learn CW. Practice these letters. And then practice these letters.
Now, I was trying to pick it up at work. I had the YouTube up and going, but it took too much concentration, so I had to stop. But I was listening to a lot of it, and I was doing the lessons, and I really like to get into that. And
yeah. So I'm going to post videos on my channel about how to learn CW that I don't know, and then I'm going to watch my own freaking videos and learn CW on my own.
Get the subscriber count up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or the view count. I'm sorry.
Count. Views, subscribers, everything.
All right.
Code Quick worked for me. Doug said, no. There's an app out there called. Hold on. Oh look. Oh, okay. Mcclure. I don't know if you're still out there, dude, but I just know.
And I agree with Smoking Aces. HOAs are killer.
You should never move to an HOA. Hold on. What is this? KMT Pro. Yeah, KMT Pro is a app that I read about that I'm told works well for learning CW. I haven't used it, but yeah, I'm going to use that once I got to get my letters down first. And I'm told that KMT Pro works well for increasing your speed. Once you know all the letters and you're at like 5 to 10 words a minute, it'll get you up there to the 20 and 30 words a minute.
I'm a word a minute with a cheat sheet.
I was going to say, you can't even do that. There's no way. So, whew. I'm in a town where they don't allow antenna towers, so that limits me, of course. Yes.
I'm sorry, Todd.
What about like
they were talking
what about like a push-up pole?
Push-up pole with or like a flagpole antenna. Someone was talking about a clothesline antenna in the backyard.
Yeah, you could. Well, yeah, like a center-fed dipole or a Carolina Windham or something like that.
There's a couple ways to get around it, but yeah.
Off-center dipole, yeah. Lee, hack a wire antenna in the tree. Oh, yeah, hide a wire antenna in the trees, yeah. KC3LEE and KF5SOK, you guys should talk about your off-center fed dipoles. KF5SOK Noel is big in the Carolina Windham world. He's built 2 or 3 of them, and they work well. So he built his own octopus antenna. MFJ makes an octopus antenna, and it's just ham sticks. The 2 ham sticks that go out vertically like that, or horizontally like that for 10 meters, and then 2 more 15 meters, and then 2 more for 20 meters. You have an octopus antenna where
he bring it out when
he brought that to Field Day.
I remember this.
Yeah,
Winter Field Day.
Winter Field Day. winter field day. So yeah, push-up pole, dipole, long wire. I can do that for 10 meters, but for 2 meters, I'm good. I got a copper J pole. Yeah, well, 2 meters. 2 meter 440 FM is easy. You can hide an antenna anywhere you want to for 2 meter 440. Now you start to get into sideband with the Aggies. That's a little bit more challenging. But yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. This company called TN07 out of Tennessee, TN for Tennessee. TN07 makes what they call an HOA stealth antenna. It's a wire antenna that you hang from the eave of your house. It goes around the eave of your house.
Really?
It can go on one side of your house to be a flat dipole. You can make a loop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Go to I think it's TN07.com, but whatever it is, just Google it. TN07. They make what's called an HOA stealth antenna. They also make a flagpole antenna. They sell you a 32-foot telescoping pole, and it comes with a flag. It has an American flag about yay big, and you put up a 32-foot telescoping pole, and it's got a wire going down through the center of it, and at the bottom it's got a matching unit that'll auto tune. It doesn't auto tune, but it's a matching unit where you don't have to use a tuner from 10 to 80 meters.
Really?
Yeah, it's less than 2.0, 2 to 1. Yeah, less than 2 SWR, 1.122 to 1. If I'm saying that right.
See, I'll get in trouble with that. I'll put a flag that says ham this.
Yeah. But anyway, so they make a flagpole. You say, and somebody comes by, what is that? It's a flagpole, man. What do you see the flag at the top? What's wrong with you? Come on. Non-American? What's wrong with you? But then you got an antenna inside of it, so it works pretty well. So, let's see.
Philip said he learned CB on his hour-long commute.
CB or CW?
CW, my bad. CW on his hour-long commute with tapes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that in there a second ago.
That is impressive, sir.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Maybe that's what I should do. I have a 45-minute commute now.
There you go.
CW tapes.
Yeah, that's an idea.
But half of it is talking on the 8/8 machine in the morning.
Wow, that's okay.
I barely get.
What time do you leave the house?
7.
So you get to work at 7:45.
7:45.
What time do you leave work?
Around 4:30, 5ish. Depends on what time I get to the office, and if I take a 30 or an hour.
Because I've thought about trying to get on. Because I knew you were on the 8/8 machine, so I thought about trying to get on there and find. Because I was out driving around the other day. It was like 5:15, and I'm like, I wonder if Frank's out there somewhere.
It's very active in the mornings. There's about 3 or 4 of us now that join. The afternoons are kind of quiet. We all get off at different times, but the morning's very, very hopping. Okay,
good. Well, there you go. How many do we have watching now?
It fell a little bit.
Yeah. We've been going for almost
72.
Oh, that's still really good.
Yeah.
We've been going for almost 2 hours. You want to fill me up over there?
Sure.
Thank you. Just don't worry about the beer on the bottom. I don't really even care right now. So, just give me like when it gets to the top, it's fine. You don't have to fill the glass. So, speaker wire dipoles work great. I use one for parks on the air activations. Yeah. It's amazing what you can do with a wire. Oh, that is yours, by the way.
I was about to say that.
Okay.
Hey, look. Someone found my note
you
left here.
Yeah, you left that here last time. Hey, guys, what do y'all want to see next time? 2 weeks from today, we'll do another live stream. Mm-hmm. We can do DMR Q&A again. We had a few questions tonight. Well, we've just been kind of...
We had good questions.
Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah. The questions we had were good. I just didn't think they were very abundant. Mm-hmm. What kind of subject do you want to see next time? 2 weeks from now. Do you want to see... we could do DMR again. We could do... I don't know. We could do one on HF, I guess.
We could do HF.
Shoot, I'd probably be asking more questions than anybody in the chat would.
See if we can get a guest that could talk to us about HF.
Yeah, but I gotta get my audio thing worked out first before we can bring in another thing. Digital HF. There you go. Yeah. Quick antennas for HOA deployment. Antenna grounding. I'm not doing grounding. Not yet. 6 meters. Oh, you should see the 6 meter Yagi I got outside, dude.
It's huge. It's big.
At first I saw it, I thought, I think that's 6 meters. And I brought it down off the tower, and I'm like, that almost looks like 10 meters.
Microbrew antennas?
Microbrew?
From KB7
SQF. SQF?
SQF.
That call sign looks familiar. Microbrew antennas. I'm interested. You know how Hosh did? If y'all watch Ham Radio Crash Course, he did a video a couple weeks ago, and his thumbnail on YouTube had a metal lawn chair hanging from the ceiling, and it said, and the title on the thumbnail was "Wife Mad Again." And he took metal lawn chairs and he made a center-fed dipole out of them. He made a dipole out of lawn chairs, and it was titled "Wife Mad Again." Oh man, yeah, you could do some weird stuff. You know what? We could take an empty keg
and make a
dipole out of it. Yeah,
make an antenna from beer cans.
Right. Yeah. Well, beer cans are aluminum, though. You need something that's conductive.
But please join our Discord. Chat us in there. Throw your ideas in there.
Mike, K8MRD, you should be in Discord, dude. If you're not, I don't think you are. I don't think you're in mine.
I watch it pretty off and on during the day, and know Jason's there,
Yeah.
pretty active too.
Yeah, we had a good discussion last night, like I said, about HF, digital, FL Digi, HRD. Yeah, I didn't think you were, Mike, but join Discord.
Do we need another link? The hamradio2.com/Discord?
Yeah, hamradio2.com/Discord. Yeah, we've had... Oh, sweet. We've had 7 join tonight. 3 more since last time I looked. It's awesome. Join, all your friends are doing it.
Peer pressure.
NX.
Noel says beer can antennas are a real thing.
I'd be interested to see one of those, because beer cans are aluminum. Aluminum is not conductive. That's why magnets don't stick to them. They're not conductive. So what are you doing that out of? Now, if you're just doing like the center fed part, then yeah. If you want to look like a total freaking redneck, then yeah, that's a great idea. Get a Bud Light can. Send me an invite, dude. Ham Radio 2, Mike. Hamradio2.com/Discord. It's an open invite to everybody. Steve, WB8GRS. You can make a good 6-meter loop antenna out of a lawn chair, but you can. I think you mean you can't. You can't sit on it afterwards.
Talk about the radiation burn on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. So yeah. Hey, what's that antenna I've got? Shoot, I gotta look that up.
I'm still looking at beer can antennas.
No, yeah, that would be All-Star. Oh, dude, All-Star. Tim Hayes says All-Star micronode. That's what we'll do next time. We'll do one on All-Star.
All right. You can teach me about that.
We'll do one on All-Star. That's what we'll do. 2 weeks from now, we'll do one on All-Star. That's a great idea. I need to get my All-Star stuff back off the shelf and dusted off anyway. I've got a Alenco DR235 mobile 220 radio with a Remolenko device plugged into the back of it and going into a Raspberry Pi through USB that's running All-Star. And I've got one. Well, I've got one. That one's running ASL, and I've got another one running Ham VoIP. So, yeah, All-Star's good. I'll do. Oh yeah, Steve is good at. Steve, I might need your help, dude. You probably answer some questions in the chat about All-Star. He's got a couple of All-Star nodes up where he's at.
Mostly, I see directional modifications you can do with the beer cans. Someone's claiming to have a beer can antenna.
Send me a picture. Get in Discord and post it in Discord. Post a picture in
Noel
Discord.
has done that already.
I'm not surprised Noel has done that, actually. I asked him to build me an antenna one time, and he's like, oh. I was like, oh, you only build antennas for yourself then. Sure. But it was a 160-meter vertical that was featured in QST or something.
Also says,
oh, there's
Noel's
Chris
making cookies for us. Thank you, Noel.
Sweet. Chris is in there. KD5HIY. Good evening. Thanks for joining the chat tonight. Yeah, so I tell you what, I will work on my All-Star node between now and 2 weeks from now, and then I will, when I announce this, the next live stream, I will post my All-Star node number, and then we can do some on-air communications with the All-Star node. I'll set it right here, and no, I'll set it right there, and I'll put my other cam on it. The camera that's on you, I'll put on the All-Star node. I've set up a third camera. It's not a big deal. And
Your third camera's up there.
Actually, the camera that's on you right now is usually pointed to the wall over
Oh.
here. And then there's a third camera right here above my head that points down. But I'll figure it out. So we'll set up an All-Star node and tell everybody who has All-Star, connect to this node. And we'll do some...
Can't we do the same thing also in the next DMR one? Publish one of your talk groups?
Yeah, the problem is that I would either have... I could talk to the TGIF guys.
Yeah.
Maybe do that. We might do that. Shoot, we might do one. We might do a DMR Q&A that's featured specifically on HB Link, DMR Link. Upcoming in the future, maybe.
Well,
Noel says, I did not build a beer can antenna. I know where you can get some beer cans, Noel.
me? The only reason why I got a can tonight is because that's the only one they had at Kroger's.
No.
Because it was a sort notification. Hey, bring your beer tonight. Normally I go for bottles. Bottles are much better. Cans taint the beer.
Yeah. What cameras are you using? Ape says. This camera right here is my good Canon Vixia HFG20. That's my main camera that I use. These right here that Frank, this one that Frank is on, plus the one that's over my head, plus there's another one over here. Those are Logitech C920s. And if there is proper lighting behind them, they work well. It's just, again, the thing about Frank looking soft, that's because the light is behind Frank, pointed at the camera, and it's just not a good combination. So
He'll get it fixed. Hopefully by next stream.
yeah,
He's working on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna work this week on getting this place cleaned up because this place is a mess.
And,
Oh, hey, that's my TN07 antenna right there.
Yeah.
It's broken down. I don't. have
And
it
then
up
do
yet.
another video about your ham sack.
I might do that. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna do it. I was gonna do an update video anyway. So I'm gonna put the camera on you for a second because.
All right. You got your nose itches a bit.
No.
Mm-hmm. So it's now the Frank Show, and starring me, Frank, KG5AHJ. Can't focus on the facial Wookie.
All right. Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, that's Chris. Chris Cotter, everybody. KD5HIY, the administrator of DMRTexas.net. So
And who also dropped out being club president.
he didn't drop out. He did for like 4 years.
Well,
So-
he could have done a 5.
And the watchers dropped. It's true. Hey, man, we've been going almost 2 hours. We've just been sitting here talking for the last few minutes. So, okay, guys, All-Star. 2 weeks from now, All-Star. Do you want to do 7 or 7:30?
Up to you. I just had the time wrong.
I can't remember what we did. We might have done 7:30 last time.
I think it was a 30. 7 does work.
Yeah, since it's Sunday, you don't have to worry about people getting home from work normally. You know,
Yeah.
not normally. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do 7.
7?
We'll do 7.
All right.
Yeah, let's just do 7. 7
7's
p.m. What's the date on that?
That will be August 14th. No, 11th.
No, that's next week. August 18th.
18th. Yep.
18th. August 18th,
7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be right back here.
And Jason will work on getting the stream.
I'm trying to get. I'm gonna email Wirecast tomorrow and say, why the freak does my pre-planned event on YouTube not work?
Mm-hmm.
How much is admission? You can Noel. You can
for Noel $5
for Noel. Yeah, $5 for Noel. $1 for everybody else. So, Mcclure is still out there. What's up, John? So yeah, 7 is good. Everyone's saying 7. Arrow Duster, is that what that says? And Jim Flynn says 7 is good. We need your P.O. box, Jason. You've got my P.O. box. I don't know. I don't know. Your Discord invite has expired. Dude, I don't know how you can get an extra class license, Mike, and not be able to join Discord the way like 300 people have done. So, oh boy. Need to request beer donation. No, just put $1 in the super chat. Everybody put $1 in the super chat. So, I originally started this with the super chat so that I could maybe earn a little bit of extra donations towards the because you have a Mac. Well, of course, upgrade your Mac, give away the Fisher Price My First Computer, the 9-year-old system, upgrade to the adult stuff, get a real operating. Actually, no, I'm kidding. With the Mac, use Chrome. I'm pretty sure they have Chrome for
Chrome
Mac.
does work.
Yeah,
that's how I do it at work. Just distore.com, log in, and then you'll be able to see all your Discord channels.
Steve asked if I'm going to Huntsville. No, I'm not going to go to Huntsville this year. I was wanting to, and I just never got around to planning it. So Huntsville is on my list to do. I want to do it once. It's not going to be a normal show. Next year, I'm going to cut way back on all my Hamfests. I'm only going to go to Orlando, Dayton, and Hamcom next year. So next year, since I'm cutting way back on all the smaller shows, I might try to make it to Huntsville next year.
Ooh.
So Huntsville's in August. It's like 2 weeks from now, I think. Yeah. So, no, I'm not going to go this year. I won't be at any more Hamfests the rest of 2019. The next Hamfest I'll go to is probably Cowtown in January, and I'll just go up there to hang out. The next Hamfest I'll go to and actually advertise myself at is Orlando in February. Orlando Hamcation is fantastic. I missed it this year, and I was sad because Orlando Hamcation is freaking awesome. It's the second best Hamfest in the. Oh look,
Noel
just donated $5 to super chat. Thank you, Noel.
Thank you, Noel.
That's awesome.
You could be a live peanut gallery on your couch behind you.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, they have a full Discord app on Mac. Okay, so Mike K8MRD, Chris KD58HIY in the chat supports Mac users at a local college campus for a living. That's what he does during the day. So you guys might be. He doesn't like Mac, but he supports those guys. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know anything about a Mac.
And we got a howdy from M3VRV from the UK.
Oh yeah, M3. That's England, I believe.
Thank you for joining. I would really hate to know what time it is over there because it's probably early.
It's about it's about 2 a.m. probably.
Ooh!
Phillip,
thank you for joining.
Thank you for the $2 donation, Philip. Really appreciate that. There's my K8MRD. I got him to join Discord. Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to rub that in Josh's face. If you haven't joined Josh's Discord yet, Mike, I'm gonna have to go back and tell Josh, hey, I got Mike to join my Discord. Yeah. Oh,
Fred in the super chat.
Wow,
He's
Fred
covering beer.
Did
for
he
us.
really just do that? Hey,
Yes.
Fred, look at that. That is awesome.
W1 FJF.
FJF, Fred. Dude, let me know the next time you're at a Hamfest. I'm going to buy you a beer, dude. Or
Thank you.
maybe a couple of beers for that. Thank you for the donation, Fred. Really appreciate that. I'm on Josh's Discord. That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, a minute ago you said you hated Discord, so I'm actually reading what you say. You're like, oh, I just joined. Nope, I hate Discord. I use a Mac. Wham, wham, wham.
I hate Slack. From Frank.
I don't hate Slack.
I hate Slack.
I think Slack works fine. I
despise Slack.
Discord's got a few things going that Slack doesn't have yet. But anyway. Hey, Fred, thanks a lot, dude. Thank you for watching tonight.
I think that's a good place.
Yeah. N5REL. Shreveport Hamfest is next weekend. And Mina, I've heard good things about the Mina Hamfest. I've never been to that one. Of course, that one sucks if the weather sucks because it's all outdoors. Everyone needs to do Mina at least once, up the mountain, 100 miles out in the... Yeah, I would agree with that. I've heard good things about the Mina Hamfest. I've never been there. Richard from Main Trading Company, he's been there a few times. Yeah. Mike, dude, there's got to be at least something that you and I disagree about, and I guess it's Discord. So, is that real?
Yes, that's real. Thank you. I'm blown away.
Fred,
thank you.
Fred, you're a rock star, dude. Fred, PM me if you're in Discord. PM me your mailing address. I'm going to send you some Ham Radio 2.0 paraphernalia. Thanks, man. That's awesome. Much more than I ever expected. Holy cow, goodness.
I'm afraid to say something, but yes, thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks. I don't know if other people can see that or not.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Everyone
good.
can see it.
Okay. Yeah, so Fred just donated $50 to the Super Chat, and then come back 2 minutes later and donated $100 to the Super Chat. You guys, Fred is awesome. So you guys all thank Fred. Yeah, that is cool. Smoking ape. K8MRD needs to stop the Discord hate. Yes. Don't be anti-Discord. That's not fun. Yes, Fred, thank you very much, man. Seriously, PM me your mailing address. I've got some Ham Radio 2.0 hat. I got a beer mug. I've got T-shirts. Tell me what size T-shirt you wear. I'll send you some stuff.
I don't even have a T-shirt yet.
Yeah, you do. I'll give you a T-shirt at Dayton.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I thought I did.
Yeah,
I'm getting some new ones made. You know, this I ordered some this week that are the dry wick material. You know, the Nike calls it the dry fit, DRI-fit.
Uh-huh.
It's the moisture wicking material. It's much lighter than cotton. This is cotton right here. So I contacted my girl that makes all my T-shirts for me, and I was like, can you do some Ham Radio 2.0 logo shirts up in the dry fit material? She's like, yeah, sure. She's like, how many do you want? And I was like, she has breakdown at like 12, 24, 36, and 72. I'm like, give me a price quote on 72, but I can get like 4 or 5 different colors.
Ooh.
So I haven't
color options.
Hopefully I hear back from her this week. So as soon as I get those, I'm going to put them all on my video and say, okay, everybody buy these. I need to get my money back out of them. So, but Fred, you don't have to buy a T-shirt, dude. So, Mcclure, thanks for joining, dude. Thanks for your input. Everybody go to mcclure.com, MIKLOR.com. Lots of great radio reviews, software reviews, Chirp. He does a lot of good things with Chirp reviews. mcclure.com out there. Fred says QRZ email is good. What's your call sign, dude? What's your call sign, Fred? Yeah, Mcclure is awesome. Great website, great video, or not videos. He doesn't do videos, but great website reviews of radios and whatnot. So everyone go check out his website. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think K8MRD is just kind of stirring the pot out there. Now, he probably... Yeah, he's a Mac user. He probably does hate Discord. He probably hates software that actually works. So, I can't say that about...
being political
You know
here.
what? You know what? I can't really say that about Mac because Macs are built on a Unix-based OS.
Yes.
Realistically, open your terminal...
But they
type IP-ADDR-show. You know, and Oh boy, that's cold. No, I'm kidding. I'm just joking. My brother's a big Mac guy, big iPhone guy. So when he and I get together at my parents' house, it's always back and forth about how he doesn't know anything and I know everything. Because I'm the IT guy and he's not. Seriously, he'll tell you that. He's like, I don't know anything about computers. I'm like, I know. That's why you use a Mac and an iPhone.
I'm keeping my mouth shut. I got Fred's call sign here.
I just texted you, buddy. Mike's a good dude. Hey, K8MRD. Hey, go out there. Okay, here's a plug. You guys who subscribe to me on YouTube, if you don't subscribe to me, then go subscribe to my channel. Go search YouTube for K8MRD Radio stuff. Another great dude. Met him at Dayton. Frank and I both met him at Dayton this last year. Really cool YouTube videos on different stuff for ham radio and different perspectives on some of the same stuff I do and a lot of the stuff that I haven't done yet. He does more HF stuff, Islands on the Air, Soda, QRP stuff than I do. He's got a really great channel out there. Seriously, I like to tease him because he's a cool dude. But Brian Mackey, $12 in the super chat. Thank you very much, sir. Hey, Fred ordered a DX Mini. Congratulations on that, Fred. Yeah, I think you'll be happy with it, man. I've been real happy with mine. It works. You get it set up. Pi-Star is a little bit. Pi-Star is not as user friendly as the OpenSpot OS is, but once you kind of figure it out and get it set up and running, man, it's rock solid. A lot of that's why so many different manufacturers use Pi-Star because it's very versatile, very rock solid out there. So no QRP use. Okay. But you do a lot of HF and soda stuff, I thought, Mike. I thought you did a lot of soda stuff, or am I thinking of someone else? Anyway, good ham radio channel. If you subscribe to Ham Radio Crash Course, K8MRD radio stuff, The Smoking Ape, K6UDA radio, drop all those guys and just subscribe to me. No, I'm kidding. Those are all really good channels. All really good channels out there.
Soda or Sota?
What do you think, Noel? I think it's beer and Sota. That's what I think. So, yeah. It's good stuff. N3NDX. Roberto. Buenos tardes, Roberto. Thank you for joining the chat tonight. MRD rhymes with MRD rhymes with QRP. That's good. I like that. MRD rhymes with QRP. So. Oh, my goodness. This has been fun. I've enjoyed this. We haven't done much DMR Q&A in the last 30 or 40 minutes, but that's okay. Yeah, POTA is parks. POTA is parks on the air. Mike, have you heard of Walmart parking lots on the air?
No.
WPLOTA. That's a thing. I saw it on Twitter one night. I was like, nah, that's a joke. Somebody's joking. And I looked it up, and it's a real freaking thing.
I will not do it.
Walmart parking lots on the air.
I despise Walmart.
I do too, but I love HF. And you don't have to go. It's a parking lot, so you don't have to actually go into the Walmart. You can go sit in the parking lot. Yes, it's a satellite. Yeah, but they did HF too, I thought. I thought they did H. Yeah, they did satellite. I was reading Twitter about the satellite thing. It's a satellite thing, he says. But it's
what is Parks on the Air?
Parks on the Air. So National Parks on the Air, NPOTA. In fact, that's the thing that Mansfield was going to do back last April.
But that was state parks. They were going to do it from a state park.
Yes, that was Texas Parks on the Air.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So National Parks in the Air. It's just a national park. You go to a park and set up HF.
You know, we do have a national park in Texas. We have one.
Which one?
Big Bend.
Well, yeah. Yeah, of course. Okay.
Bring it back to, we should go to Big Bend.
Yeah. No, we should go to Big. Jake
from State Farm.
No. KG5 GDM Jake.
Uh-huh.
He's been to Big Bend a few times. He's got some family out there, not in Big Bend, but around that area somewhere.
I want to go.
But yeah. Hold on. Back to DMR for a second. I use TG91 a lot. Are there other talk groups that you have a lot activity? TG91 is Brandmeister Worldwide. I've never been on that talk group, honestly.
Lee said TAC
310 is good. TAC 310 is good. So somebody asked earlier about TAC 310. The TAC 310. Okay, let me think. I want to say this is politically correct. I don't do political correctness. I don't do it. Anybody who knows me in real life knows that I don't. I just speak my mind. I'm not always right, but I'm always honest. So now I'm totally being serious here. Totally being serious. I'm not always right, but I'm always honest. Sometimes I'm wrong.
A lot of time.
When I'm around you, I tend to be wrong a little bit more often.
I'm very persuasive.
TAC 310 was always intended to be an offload talk group, and it was originally designed. TAC 310 was never 310, 311, and 312 were never a DMR Mark talk group. TAC 310, 311, and 312 were originally created by the DCI Turbo guys, which DCI Turbo was one of the second or third sea bridges in the United States when DMR first came online back in the early 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere in there. So the tactical talk groups were always meant to be a push-to-talk timeout, 10, 15, 20-minute push-to-talk timeout talk group, to where people could go, and if ever, this was back when North America on the Sea Bridge networks was just hopping. 23 and a half hours a day, you could hear someone on North America. And it's still fairly active talk group, but not as much as it used to be. A lot of people have moved off to hotspots, and you can't get to a hotspot from North America. Anyway, so TAC 310... So when people were keying up North America, when you key up North America, generally North America was on full-time on most repeaters when DMR was new. So you'd key up North America on a repeater in Dallas, and you'd key up hundreds of repeaters across the United States and in Canada, because it's North America. It's not the United States. It's North America, Canada, and the United States. So TAC 310, 311, and 312 was created to offload some of that traffic onto a tactical talk group so that all these talk groups were always timed out after 15 minutes of inactivity, so that stations over here in this part of the country could talk to other people here, and they wouldn't have to tie up all these repeaters at the same time. So after Brandmeister came online about 4 or 5 years later, Brandmeister came online in 2015. This is a very high-level overview, okay? This is not the full story. This is very high-level. You can look it all up online. So after Brandmeister came online in 2015, they went through and they duplicated a bunch of talk groups. They duplicated Texas, 3148. They duplicated Florida. Well, they duplicated everything. All 51 statewide talk groups in the United States. The 51st being Washington, D.C. They have a statewide talk group for Washington, D.C. And Brandmeister they created their own statewide talk groups for 51 states in the United States. Many of these states already having statewide talk groups. Texas was one of these. Ohio was one. Florida, New York, California. A few others. So Brandmeister duplicated a bunch of crap, okay? Including TAC 310, 311, and 312. Well, after a short period of time, it was decided that, hey, we're going to intertie DCI Turbo TAC 311, 310, 311, 312 to Brandmeister TAC 310, 311, and 312. And it's been that way for years. And it works fine. So you can keep a hotspot, you can keep a repeater. All of these talk groups are tied together. 313 through 319 is a different story. Those were created later, originally on the K4 USD network, and now they've moved to the DMR X network. And those talk groups exist on Brandmeister, but they're not intertied to the original talk groups. So that's another duplication effort by Brandmeister. So nowadays, about a couple months ago, something like that, Brandmeister came around and they said, okay, guys, all these people on these hotspots are putting TAC 310 as a static talk group on their hotspots. So they're basically just monitoring this talk group all day long. When they hear someone key up, they come back and they start talking to them, okay? Well, that was not the original intent. Used to be when Brandmeister first got really big, talk group number 3100 was where everyone hung out. And then for some reason it moved to 310. I don't really know why. It just moved to 310. And the purpose of 310 was not to be a monitored talk group, to where everybody could just monitor the talk group all day long and join in conversations when people started. The purpose of 310 was to be a meeting place. Say, hey, we meet on North America, or we meet on 3100, or we meet on a statewide talk group. And then we move to TAC 310 or 311 or something like that. And then we continue our conversation. And then when we're done, the talk groups push to talk timeout after 15 minutes. They go silent. Somebody else can use them. So Brandmeister came along about a couple months ago, and they said, hey, guys, y'all can't use 310, 311, and 312 as static anymore. You can still use them. I think they disconnected them for a short period of time, but I think they're back now. So you can still use them, but they're going to time out after 15 minutes. Even if you're on a hotspot, you can't set them static. And then people went, oh my God, you're the DMR police. Yes, they're the DMR police because people don't use the crap the way it's supposed to be used. So the thing that gets me about Brandmeister people, seriously. Now again, Brandmeister has its place. I am not saying anything. I'm not saying the system is no good. That's not what I'm saying. The thing that gets me about Brandmeister people is they're all like, oh, well, we have 1,300 talk groups. I'm like, great. Why don't you try using some? Okay? Why does everyone have to be on the same freaking talk group? We had Brandmeister 3148 tied to Texas 3148 for a week or two, and we disconnected it because we've got tired of hearing stations in Canada rag chew with stations in California, rag chew with stations in New York on the Texas talk group for some who knows why reason.
Yeah.
Our talk group is for Texas. It's
Yep.
for people in Texas, talking to people in Texas. We don't necessarily mind people from other states coming in and talking to us, but we don't want a station in California talking to a station in New York on the Texas talk group for 45 minutes. Why? You've got your own statewide talk group. Go talk there. And there's 1,400 other talk groups on Brandmeister you could talk on as well, including the tactical talk groups and all these ones. So, where did this go? Right here. I really got to scratch my nose right now, so I'm going to switch it to you, Frank.
All right. You did that when I was looking at my phone.
That's okay. I don't care.
You're
looking at your computer now.
Yes, I'm back.
So the point is that whether you agree, I'm not saying you should agree with this. Now, some people were like, well, I just don't agree with that. Well, that's okay. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. I'm not trying to talk you into something. I'm just saying this is what happened. And the reason it happened is because the talk group was not being used as its original intent. Just like Brandmeister doesn't use statewide talk groups as they're originally intended to be used. I don't really... 90% of every problem I have with Brandmeister revolves around the statewide talk groups. They like to brag that, they used to have 1,000 talk groups and it moved to 1,100, 1,200, now it's over 1,300 talk groups. And I'm like, that's great, guys, great. But you're talking about 51 talk groups out of 1,300 plus talk groups. Why not use those statewide talk groups for what the freak they're supposed to be meant for? And then if you want to talk to somebody else, go elsewhere. You've got all these talk groups to use. Why not use them the way that they're supposed to be used? So that's why the TAC 310 and 311 and 312 thing happened, is because people were using them as static talk groups, and they were never meant to be static. They were always meant to be talk groups that were offloaded from the busier channels, from the North America channels, from the 3100 channels, from the user-activated English 1 and 2, and the Turbo 6 back in the day, which when those were popular. So, like it or not, agree with it or not, doesn't matter. That's why it was done. Okay? I personally do agree with it. I think that they made the right decision. I think that Brandmeister's biggest problem was they took so long to make this decision. I agree with their decision that they made about 310, 311, and 312. I think they did that correctly. I just think it took them too long. I think they should have done that in the first place. They should have always made it a push-to-talk, timeout talk group, and then you wouldn't have people mad right now. If they had done it correctly in the first place, you wouldn't have people mad right now. They didn't do it correctly in the first place. They made everything static, and now you have people mad, well, I guess you're the DMR police now. Well, no, it's just that you don't know what best practices is. You don't understand how to use a DMR talk group. So now we're doing it the way we should have done it in the first place, and now it's working the way it should. So anyway, you don't have to agree with I it's okay if you don't. Everybody's got their own opinions. Not a big deal. I I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to ban you from my channel if you don't agree with me. I certainly hope you still watch what I have to say. But that is what happened with TAC 310, 311, and 312. They were being used incorrectly. Brandmeister made a change, and they said, look, guys, we're guests on these talk groups because they're connected to DCI Turbo, which is actually DMRX now. They've moved some stuff around. But those talk groups existed 2 or 3 years before Brandmeister ever came online. Brandmeister says, we're guests on this network. We need to mind the rules of this network. If you don't like it, move elsewhere. You've got 1,300 plus talk groups you could use besides those 3. And that is why that happened.
This rant brought to you by the Patreons.
Yes. Yes, very good. So, but that is that. That's my opinion. It's my opinion based on a lot of factual information that I've read about DMR in the United States since 2010. Well, I've been in DMR since 2013, but I've read the history of DMR that goes back to 2010 for amateur radio in the United States. So I've been in DMR for about 6 years, and I've heard people at Hamfest call me, oh, you're the DMR guy. The guys at ICOM say, you're the DMR guy. I didn't really mean to be. I didn't want to be the DMR guy. I wanted to be the ham radio guy.
Well, you championed it.
I can't be the ham radio guy because Josh Hashnazi's out there. He's the ham radio. No, I'm sorry. He's the Bailfan guy. Mike, no, he'll tell you that. He said that to me. K8 MRD, you're the ham radio guy. I'm not the ham. I'm the DMR guy. So, yeah. But that is that. That's my spiel. That's my take on it. My opinion is that if you have a repeater and you want more control over it, put it on a C bridge. If you just want a fire hose of talk groups, put it on Brandmeister. Nothing wrong with either one. Your decision. Here's the thing. I think, this is the conservative in me talking. I'm going to get political for just a small second. This is the conservative right-winger in me talking. I think that if you spend your money on a repeater, duplexer, hardline, antenna, tower site, internet connection, maybe a monthly connection for an internet charge. If you spend a couple $1,000s of your own money on a repeater system that you put your call sign on, I kind of think you should have the right to say what happens to it. Some people think that's wrong. Some people, no, you should open it up for everybody. Do whatever you want. No, you spent that money. You paid for that repeater. You put it up. You should have the right to say. So if you want to put your repeater on Brandmeister, on TGIF, on a C bridge, on DMR Plus, on something else, that's your decision. I completely support that. So that's my rant for the day. My nose does itch though. Gosh. All right. Do we have any questions while I was talking to myself? BM pushed people off 3100 to 310.
The one below that.
Doug. Well, that might be, but you know what? That was their mistake. So, what's below that?
How long do you think a Binino?
Where is that? Who's asking that?
Forget your life.
Forget your life.
Right underneath.
How long do you think of... Oh, he's talking to Mike, though. I don't know what that is. Bio Bueno. It looks like Spanish to me. I don't know what that is. I will have a video up soon addressing that question. K8 MRD radio stuff says. So, okay.
Cool.
Go watch his channel.
Thank you.
Okay.
But also subscribe to our channel so we get 2,000 subscribers and we can get
20,000.
20,000
Yeah.
subscribers and I can get a new repeater.
I love it when Frank has to go searching for his beer that's not there. Oh, that's good. And, of course, Chris came back with the ham radio emojis. Good deal. Can a repeater do both DMR Mark and Brandmeister? Yes, N5RIV. Good evening, sir. He is from the Houston area. All of my repeaters on my C bridge I shouldn't say all. 98% of all the repeaters on my C-Bridge have access to both C-Bridge and Brandmeister. The cool thing about a C-Bridge is it can pull in talk groups from anywhere. If you take your repeater and connect it to Brandmeister, then it's just on Brandmeister. Now, there is a way around that, because with Pi-Star, if you have a Pi-Star repeater, a repeater running Pi-Star Raspberry Pi in the back, you can use DMR Gateway or MMDVM Host or one of those, and you can point a time slot to one network and another time slot to the other network. So there's ways to go around and hack that. But it's easier, in my opinion. Yes, a C-Bridge connected repeater can have access to TGIF talk groups. I have access to TGIF 31665 on my C-Bridge. I have access to 10 or 15 different Brandmeister talk groups through my C-Bridge. And then I have access to my C-Bridge talk groups. Texas Statewide, DFW Metro, several other, East Texas wide, several others like that. But yes, yeah, a C-Bridge repeater can connect to freaking anywhere you want to. It's up to the C-Bridge owner and the repeater owner as to what it gets. Some C-Bridge owners are anti-Brandmeister. They don't want to connect their C-Bridges to Brandmeister. That doesn't mean it won't do it. That just means they're unwilling. I am not one of those. I want to connect everywhere. So, yeah, you can absolutely do that. Thanks for joining the chat. N5RIV.
Eddie Collins want you to bring him a beer.
Who?
Eddie Collins.
Eddie Collins, huh?
Bring me a beer, Jason.
Okay, I'll bring you a beer. Where you at, dude? Where you at? Let me know where you're at. I'll bring you one. I'll bring two of them. One for me, one for you. Man, yeah. Whew. Okay. What else? BioNO is a 12-volt battery used for portable operation. Oh, dude, I think I know what that is. It's like this big black box that's like a 100,000 milliamp hour rechargeable battery. I think I know what you're talking about. I think Ada, Oklahoma. There used to be a ham fest out there in Ada, Oklahoma years ago. I'm glad I don't work tomorrow.
Jealous.
Yeah. I work from home, so I don't care. I don't work tomorrow. That stream's been going almost 2.5 hours, man. I mean, you know, you guys are still. How many people we are watching right now?
We have next up. It's not telling me 69 live watching right now.
Okay.
And
I think we peaked at like 72 or 3.
I think you got up to 80.
No, 80, 82.
Yep.
I think it was 82 at one point in time.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
Thank you for everyone for watching. Also, the new subscribers, the new Discord people.
Okay. K8 MRD said, no, it's a lightweight battery that is awesome. Okay. I'm going to go look that up.
Yeah.
Maybe put that up on the channel. So, Francisco. Buenos tardes, Francisco. Yeah, the Anytone Mobile, supposedly by the end of August. I've got one on order. Talked to a guy who's going to be selling those about a week ago, and ordered one. Full boat. Tri-band, DMR, analog, Bluetooth, and GPS. You can get a GPS only model, or you can get a Bluetooth only model, or you can get a model that doesn't have either one of those. I ordered the one, the top of the line one.
That's what I'm looking at also.
Yeah. So,
they're gonna
but
be
yeah,
beautiful.
He's saying by the end of August. He's got a sample in his hand. The guy I've been talking to. I'm not going to say who that is right now. I'll say who it is later. But he's got a sample in his hand, and he says that Anytone is saying by late August we should have those. So yeah, as soon as that drops. I asked him if I could be one of the ones he ships out, and he goes, yeah, I'll ship you one immediately, because I'm going to point people to his website. So you'll see a video upcoming on this channel hearing about...
Did you say...
Yes, Tri-band.
Tri-band?
Correct. Tri-band. 2 meters, 220, 440. Tri-band. Analog, DMR, GPS, APRS, Bluetooth. Later on, I said, does it have a detachable face? He goes, no, but later on, they're going to make a separate face for it that's Bluetooth connected. This is what they're talking about right now.
So
you take the whole radio, you mount it in your trunk, you have a Bluetooth face. No wire, because it's Bluetooth. You have
Uh-huh.
a Bluetooth face that goes to the radio.
So what's gonna power it? Are you gonna plug that into your 12-volt aux,
I assume.
or are you gonna need to pop batteries in?
I certainly hope it's 12 volt powered from your car battery.
Yes.
I hope. Yes. I don't know. Good question. I've never seen a radio with a detachable face that's
New
Bluetooth.
territory.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Totally new territory.
Is the 220 DMR also?
I believe so. I asked that question and they said, "Yes, we think so." So they weren't sure. So, Steve, you and I are going to have to do some DMR 223.500 simplex from Grapevine to Little Elm, because that's going to be fun. 220 DMR. Hey, you know what? They put D-Star on 220, so they've already crapped on the band by putting D-Star on it, so let's just put some DMR up there.
Hey.
I'm joking.
Non-political.
I'm joking.
Non-political.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. So I'm just kidding. Yeah, 220 simplex on DMR, dude, would be freaking cool. So what we need to do is get the Pi-Star guys to make a 220 DV Mega board, STM32 board in 220, and then we can start putting DMR repeaters on 220 on Pi-Star 220 repeaters on DMR. Yes, sir. Anytone Tri-Band will not be out in August, only dual. That's not what I'm told. That's not what I'm told. I'm told it will be a Tri-Band. Talked to the guy a week ago, and I'm told it will be a Tri-Band.
Make 220 great again.
220 is great. I tell you what, 220 is the best of both worlds. It's got the noise filter, the noise floor of 440 with the distance of 2 meters.
Yes.
So, I love 220. Absolutely love it. You and I need to do some work with that.
That was on one of my things I wanted to do this weekend, is to get to some 220 repeaters plugged into my radio.
Yeah.
It did not happen. I'm sorry. I
Just put
need
the
to pull up
224.800 in Arlington.
Uh-huh.
Put that one in there, and then I can stand in the backyard on an HT and hit that repeater.
Okay.
So you just text me, "Hey, I'm leaving work." Okay, and I'll sit in the backyard and talk to you on 220. Of course, I've got my. No, I don't have
Will
it
that
in here.
go to Richardson?
The noise floor on 220 is so low. There's about 10 or 12 220 repeaters in Dallas-Fort Worth, and you can get to pretty much all of those repeaters from anywhere in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Okay.
That
sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, 220 is awesome, man. I love 220. Steve, WB8GRS, he has a 220 All-Star node. And Mike, when we do the All-Star video in 2 weeks,
Yes.
that will be a 220 radio I have hooked to my... Now, All-Star, you can get an All-Star from any node anywhere. Doesn't matter what band you're on. 6 meters All-Star, 10 meters All-Star, 900 megahertz All-Star. My All-Star node will be 220. In fact, it is 220. It's in the house right now. It's not powered up right now, but it's there.
Ed, what's the advantage of having GPS? I usually know where I'm at.
There is no advantage of having GPS. Zero.
But it will also get you on the APRS.
No, it won't.
They won't?
No. Well, are you talking about that radio specifically or just GPS overall?
Let's go with both. We'll cover both
Okay.
bases.
Most radios that do GPS, like all these Chinese radios that do GPS, are completely worthless. It tells you where you are. That's about all it does. APRS, the Anytone D878, first radio to ever come out of China with APRS, actually does APRS and reports it through DMR and analog to the APRS.FI servers.
Uh-huh.
Great. The only useful thing I've ever seen on GPS for amateur radio is actually Yaesu System Fusion. Those Fusion radios will do GPS, and when you key up a Fusion repeater or node, it'll tell you how far you are from the other station because it transmits your GPS signal across the airwaves.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, oh, hey, Frank's in Austin, you're in Dallas, you're talking in this repeater, he's in that repeater, he's 138 miles from you right now.
Winning!
Yeah.
With a
It's
little
really
bit
cool
of
system.
cheat from the internet. But yes.
Yeah. It's really cool. D-Star, I think D-Star will do that too. I think. I'm not as versed in D-Star as I am in DMR, and even Fusion. I've used Fusion much more than I've used D-Star. I need to go wash my hands now that I've said that. But, yeah, no, I have. I've used Fusion a lot more than I have D-Star. So
yes, D-Star does.
D-Star does that. Okay, yeah. I thought that it did because my ID 5100. I've got the camera off of myself right now. Everybody's looking at you right now.
All your nose. Yeah, okay, you're back.
My nose, and my nose never itches except for when a camera is pointed at me. So yeah, my ID 5100 dual band radio in my truck does GPS, but I never used it on D-Star. I need to try to do some D-Star stuff. So it's not completely useless in an emergency. If you can figure out how to use it, you can send your coordinates to another ham and they could find you. I always know where I am, so I don't need to be found. In fact, people who find me usually regret doing so.
I can vouch for this.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you right there. You get just
one more,
half a glass,
half a glass.
So, yeah, the GPS kills the battery. You know, when I got my first Yaesu Fusion HT, the FT1D, the GP or the APRS in that radio would kill the battery in like 5 hours. So I turned it off. But it has its uses. It does. It's not. I'm not saying it's useless. It has its uses. Thank you, sir. It's just one of those things. Mike says I'm sad I met you. Oh, dude, you're so fun. You need to move out. Where the heck do you live? Because you need to move out of that state and move to a real state like Texas. We need to get Mike in Texas. We got Lee in Texas. KC3LE Lee's in Texas now. Mm-hmm. So, all the cool people. Bob, K6UDA, is moving out of California because he's tired of the politics out there. So he's like, man, I think I'm going to move like Boise, Idaho. And I'm like, Boise's a nice place, dude, but you need to come to Texas. We need to go hunt together, bro. That's what I'm saying. But that's my opinion.
No, I'll probably have more money if I didn't meet Jason.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. Probably true. Although, I have bought several hex beams through you, sir. But I'm going to do a hex beam video upcoming. That's going to be fun. Oh, he's Brian. Oh, no, that's Brian. I'm in Detroit. Detroit? What the freak, dude? You need to move to a real state. My God. Oh, hey, are you going to Tapper? Are you going to the DCC? You need to make plans to go to the Tapper DCC September 20th, 21st, that Friday and Saturday. It's in Detroit at one of the Marriott hotels downtown. Yeah, man. Mike, you and I need to come up. You need to come hang out with me at Tapper. That'll be fun.
Cross-post video.
Yeah, we'll do a cross-post video. Heck yeah. Detroit, Texas, or Michigan. Ha. He's not in Texas, dude. Mike's a cool dude, but he's not Texas cool. So, I shouldn't say that. No, Mike's a cool guy. Everybody I met at Midday.
He says, yeah, he'll take you on some good brews. Show you somewhere the good brews are.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let's do that. So, hit me up, man. I'll hit you up in Discord, that place you don't like. We'll talk about it. So, what time is it?
I think it's 9:38.
Sheesh. And how many people do we have watching the stream right now?
79.
Whoa! It's come up. That's 10 more than you told me last time. I'm going to take you out to some good food. Yeah, South Dakota is pretty nice, though. South Dakota, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I've never actually been to South Dakota. I have been to... If you take I-35, Interstate 35 from Texas, straight north, just keep going. You go through Oklahoma,
35
Kansas.
35 east or 35 west?
Both, because they combine in Denton, in Texas. So, Oklahoma, Kansas.
Yes.
Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
And then South Dakota and then North Dakota. And I've gone as far as Nebraska. I've gone all the way to Lincoln. Or right outside of Lincoln, I think it was.
My favorite road, 287.
287 is good.
You jump on 287 and go north. Mm-hmm. You go through Colorado, and then past Estes National Park, then through Yellowstone National Park, and finally Glacier National Park,
Yeah.
just south of Canada. You know,
Yeah.
America's top hat.
Yes. America's top hat. No, but Nebraska, man, I tell you what, there's nothing in Nebraska, and I loved every minute of it. There was just open fields, man. Cornfields. It's all cornfields in Nebraska. I loved it. I loved Nebraska. Nothing wrong with Nebraska. I loved it. I was like, yeah, I would live here. You can see people coming from a mile away, from like 100 miles away. So, yeah.
That could be a plus.
Brian Mackey says he's from Beaumont. Beaumont's a cool area. We've got property down in Galveston. We had rental houses for a number of years, and we sold all our rental houses. We took that money we made from rental houses sales. We invested in a beach house in Galveston. And I have to make it very clear to people that it's not a second home for me. It's a VRBO type thing. So I rent that house out periodically throughout the year, pretty much all summer long. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, several holidays. And we make our money back to pay for the house and whatnot. But we go down there, my wife and I, we take our dogs pretty much once a month. Hold on. Pretty much once a month. So I'm going to do some QRP and MFJ antenna and buddy pole antenna videos from the beach this fall. I've already decided that. So we'll be doing some stuff.
I will help.
Yeah, we're going to come down there. I'm going to walk into the ocean. I'm going to plant an antenna in the ocean and use the ocean as my freaking ground wave and put a antenna up in the air, and we're going to do some HF stuff. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Back on topic.
Francisco.
Yeah.
Is there any good DMR tech nets on Brandmeister's network?
Yeah, man, there's tons. There's tons of, I mean, there's probably more nets on DMR Brandmeister than there are on HF, and that's saying something. Tech nets, I don't really know. But yeah, there's a ton of nets on Brand. You know what? One of the best ones is the Tennessee statewide net. I think it's on Fridays or Saturday. I think it's on Saturdays. Friend of mine from Facebook runs that net. I've been a guest speaker on that net one or two times. That's a good net. Apparently TGIF has a net on Fridays. I just learned about earlier in the chat tonight. And I will be joining. I may join that next week, actually. But yeah, there's a lot of good. Go out to Facebook and search for DMR nets. There's a guy out there, and I don't remember where it is or what group it's in or anything like that, but there's a guy out there, a couple guys probably, that keep a list that's this long of all the nets on DMR. And there's a lot of them. So, Tennessee has one. Ohio, Hoosier DMR has one. There's a lot of them out there. So, TGIF 8:30 Eastern time. That's 7:30 my time. Okay. KJ6 RSU, is that what that says?
Mm-hmm.
KJ6 RSU. You spelled California the same way that Bob K6UDA spells it. And I agree with Bob. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it like that.
It's from the great state, he says.
Great state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Come out here. Let's go deer hunting, man. First Anytone, Fred says, the first Anytone mobile rig will be AT578UV Pro, dual band, retail, map, $399, GPS, APRS, Bluetooth. That's the one I ordered, but I'm told it's tri-band. Now, Fred, you've got me thinking. Fred, you're my favorite person of the night. You know why. You've got me thinking. I'm going to follow up with the dude that I ordered my radio from and make sure, but he swears it's going to be tri-band. So, you know what?
You could have it wrong.
I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. But I asked him that question. He told me it's tri. Here's the thing. Anytone announced that radio about 2 years ago. I have a direct line with Anytone. I'm a dealer with Anytone, which means that I could buy stuff from them if I wanted to. I haven't bought stuff from them in like a year and a half. But Anytone announced that radio 2 years ago, and it's changed at least 3 times since then. At first, it was going to be a dual-band 25-watt DMR and analog radio. And they said, oh, yeah, after we release that one, 6 months later, we're going to release a dual-band 75-watt UHF VHF radio. And then it changed the APRS. And then it became a tri-band. And then it wasn't a tri-band. And then it was a tri-band. And then this, and then this, and then this.
Fred said the D578 UV3 Pro is the tri-band.
That's the Pro is the one I've ordered.
All right.
Yeah, the Pro is the one I've ordered. There's a Pro, and there's a... I don't remember what the other model is. According to the guy that I ordered from, he said the Pro and the other model... He said they'll all be tri-band. All of them. The difference is that some of them won't have Bluetooth and GPS. That's the difference. I got to change my battery. So, Frank, I'm going to switch to you. Right.
Alrighty
there. And I'll be back.
While we wait for Jason here, welcome to the Frank Show. What is going on, you beautiful people in the YouTube world? Don't forget, there's also the Discord and other cool things that we are talking on throughout the week. I'm posting the link right here. Watch his camera not come back right after he swaps that out. He's running away completely. And it's really my show now. The tri-band mobile radio is GPRS for Anytone. The AT D578 UV3G. That's 3 with I. And just poking around here. Uh-oh. Who do we got in here?
Electra.
Oh,
Good girl.
sit.
She was outside sitting on the porch.
Sit.
Let's see. My camera back? No. Oh. Well, that might help.
Was just by herself?
Yeah, she was just laying on the porch.
Oh.
Emily probably put her outside. And good girl. Lay down. Lay down. Okay, there it is. So what have we got? Anything happen while I was gone?
No.
Okay. Good. Gosh. We're going almost 3 hours. You know what? There's not a time limit on this live stream. I'm just going to, we got 70 plus people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most we've ever had.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to keep talking as long as you guys stay here. Let's see. Jason, Frank has now officially stolen your face for radio designation.
I am winning.
You know, Noel, just because you gave me a plaque that says I have a face for radio doesn't actually mean I have a face for radio. I'm the guy who's been on YouTube for 4.5 years.
I'm the slacker who's stealing the camera.
Yeah. But, you know what? I mean, if people like Hosh and Mike can get on YouTube, then anybody can get on YouTube. Actually, if people like me can get on YouTube, then anybody can get on YouTube. Doesn't really matter. But yeah. Let's see. Francisco, D578 UV3 is the basic unit that has no GPS or Bluetooth and cost is $299. 578 3G is the same above. Yeah, there's like there's like 4 or 5 versions of it. Yes, Anytone tri-band will be US only. That is correct. That is correct. Anytone tri-band will be US only. The Pro model will be $300. I think the Pro model is actually $399. The Pro model with GPS and Bluetooth, with everything, the fully loaded package, is $399. Run the stream till midnight, Eddie says. Yeah, Lee says $399. That's correct. So let me go find that freaking thing. Hold on 1 second. You know what? You guys have got me curious now. Holy cow. right, I wasn't going to do this, but if I could find that. Hold
Chris caught me taking a picture.
on. Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
asking for it. You gonna post that picture?
Nope.
It's in the Discord.
What'd you take a picture of?
Electra.
Oh, yeah.
Sneaking in.
Sneaking in. Sheet. Okay, I gotta find it. Hold on, I gotta find this thing. Hold on, guys. Nope. Let's go here. I'm gonna go back to my Gmail.
Oh, you know I'm a sucker.
D578. Just lurking. Yeah, he says, I'm here, still here, just lurking. That's okay. Hey, you know what? How many questions do we have now?
Questions?
Or how many? I'm sorry. How many watchers do we have now? Sure, question. I read this. I've got a question in my email. DMR question. That's what I was reading.
71.
Oh, that's good. That's
Yeah.
really good. D578.
Philip, N8XRV. Thank you for watching and have a good night, man.
Is he leaving?
See you next week. Yep.
Okay. Okay, I almost got it. Let me see here. Nope.
And I'm stopping that. I know Electra High.
Let's go here and back over here. Okay.
I saw your comment, Lee, and she's going to lay down now.
Who? Electra?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was at the right website. Okay, hold on.
Your video quality hasn't popped
There we
up yet,
go.
though.
My what?
Your video quality for your camera looks a little pixelated.
Mine does?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm still viewing it.
No, you're not. No. Okay, so
I
here we
wasn't
go.
at HD. My bad.
Let's
There
go.
it is.
Let's go over here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say this. This is where I ordered my D578 UV3 from. So you got the UV3 for $299, the 3B for $359, 3G for $329, the 3 UV3 Pro for $399. Now, the reason there's a 3 in all these model numbers is because they're all tri-band. So this now, and we'll see. Yeah, U.S. and Canada only, right there. So we'll see what happens with that. But the radio that I ordered is a friggin' tri-band, and we'll see if that holds true with when they actually. And again, these have not been released yet. Okay, but I found this ad on Facebook. Actually, I found it on Facebook. And so I went down, and he was like, yeah, we're gonna have these in a few weeks. He's like, go out here and Carrie's here, really? Shoot. Okay, it's time to shut down the live stream.
She just probably put the baby down.
Probably so. Yeah, the baby. My gosh, when I was a baby, I didn't sleep till 10 o'clock. I didn't stay up till 10 o'clock at night. So, So I went out there, and he was like taking. He said I'm taking down payments. You put a deposit down, get the radio. I'll send you. I'm like, okay. So I put the deposit down. He called me 30 minutes later. Seriously, he's like, dude, you're not going to sell this radio? I'm like, no, I'm out of the radio business. I'm in YouTube. So I talked to him about 30 minutes about some stuff, and he swears up and down there'll be tri-band. So. We'll see if that holds true. They're not out yet. He doesn't have them right now. He has a prototype. He does have a prototype. But he doesn't have the actual production radio. So, I don't know. Good question. It'd be something worth YouTubing about for sure.
Carrie says he's trying to type.
Who is? Oh,
Their
yeah.
their little one, their new one.
Oh. Electra is a really good pup.
Where is she? She's laying down on the ground.
Oh, I see her. There she is. Okay, yeah. Lecter's my German Shepherd. She's great. By the way, the last weekend in September that I was planning on going to Galveston because I thought
Yes.
it was the Texas QSO party, which I got my dates wrong on that. That was my
Yes.
fault.
A big letdown.
I'm still going.
You're still going.
I'm going to go. I had already reserved my house in Galveston for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night for like 4 days. And when I realized I had the dates on the Texas QSO party wrong, I thought, well, okay. But I'd forgotten that I reserved it. So like a week later, my wife asked me, she goes, did you cancel that reservation? And I'm like, no, I didn't. But there's going to be, and you'll like this, there's going to be a balloon launch.
A balloon?
From the South Texas Balloon Society, blah, blah, blah. South Texas Ham Radio Balloon Guys, something. Okay. They're going to launch a balloon. Did you see that email? Are you part of the DMR Texas email list?
No.
Okay. That's a total fail.
So the 27th, 28th, and 29th that weekend?
Yes. Yeah, the Saturday, the 28th. Yep. Yeah.
I
So
still
anyway,
haven't
there's
removed
going to
off the
be
calendar.
a balloon launch down there, and they're going to put a DMR simplex repeater on the balloon.
What?
Yeah. Andrew, KE0GBD, GDB.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy who maintains the Denton repeaters and the Roston repeater. I was talking to him the other day, and yeah. So my wife's going to be in Italy from like September 20th to like October 10th. For 3 weeks, she'll be in Italy. So I'll be able to do whatever the heck I want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go to Galveston with my dogs. I'm going to take my dogs down to Galveston. I'm going to hang out in Galveston. I'm going to drink a lot of beer. I may go down to the beach and do some HF work from the beach. And we're going to go watch a balloon launch on Saturday. So you want to come with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll be there.
Okay.
You're
Put it
still
on-
on the calendar.
Still on the calendar.
I did not remove it. I thought I did remove
Awesome.
it, but apparently I did not.
I told Andrew he could stay with us in Galveston, but apparently his parents live down there south of Houston, so he's got a free place to stay.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
So, yeah. Steve, yes, I'm sure 2 meters is 60 watts. Steve, 220 is going to be 10 watts. So they're going to be just a small wattage on 220. But you know what? Some 220 is better than no 220. Yeah. I'm really interested in how much power 220. Yeah, 220. Yeah, 10 watts on 220. It's not much. Not much. But with all the other crap that radio has added to it, I mean, can't really complain. I got to get with MFJ and see about a couple of their monoband Mirage 220 amplifiers, because some of those you can like put 110 watts into and get like 110 watts out of. So
What would you need that for?
You don't. But I could turn my power down on my radio to like 1 or 5 watts and get 50 to 70 watts out on 220.
Trying to do sideband on it?
No. Well, not with that radio. No. But you just have to make sure you only have the amp on for doing 220. Yeah. So. Okay. Oh, let's see. I'm reading the chat. Roy Brotherhood. Is that your last name? Seriously? Can't find it on their website. Is the 578 Part 90 approved? Not at first. I think it'll be Part 15 Bravo approved at first. But yes, they're working towards a Part 90 approval. I don't know if you can actually have a 220 radio that's Part 90. Because it's not a commercial band.
Not that I know.
I don't know. He told me that it would be Part 15B approved, so of course it'll be FCC approved. And the unlock features for it will be easy the way they are on their 220 analog radio right now. But yeah, they're working towards a Part 90 approval. So not at first, but eventually. Yeah, Francisco put the Part 15B certification for tri-band. Part 90 certification. Yeah, Part 90 certification for the dual band. Yeah. You can do... you really don't need QRO to 220... what's QRO? That's one I don't know. I know most of the Q signals. I don't know that one. 1 watt has been added for using hotspot in your car or truck. Yeah. Yeah, 220's 10 watts, VHF 6025. You're looking at the Fred. You posted that 602510. You're posting the high power 220 10 watts. That's what I'm told. I don't know what high power on 2 meters and 440 is. I assume it's probably around 50 watts on 2 meters and 35 or 40 watts on 440. But he told me that 220 high power was 10 watts. That's what I'm told. You know what? Watch my freaking video when it comes out, because that's what I'm going to make a video for, to answer all these questions. I don't know. I just know what I'm told. When I actually get the radio in my hand, it may be totally different than what I'm told. It may be a dual band. I'm going to throw it through that wall right there if it is.
No.
But no, not really. It'll
be a good radio.
It'll still be a great DMR radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really need 220 on DMR. I want 220 on DMR because I'm insane. But you don't really need 220 on DMR. But it'd be great to have a radio that does 220 analog, 2 meter analog, and 440 DMR and analog. Minimum. Be really cool to have all that. So, yeah.
Well, it's getting to be about my time.
Yeah. Carrie says, yeah, watch his freaking video. That's right. QRO is high power, increased power. Killer HF amps, QRO technologies. Oh, I'm going to have to go look that up. So, it's getting to be what?
About my time to take off here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably shut it down. We've been going almost 3 hours. So, did Chris put a computer?
Not touching that
Now
one.
we've got way too many people from the Hearst Amateur Radio Club in my chat tonight. Way too many people.
Not touching that comment.
Yeah, way too many people. So,
love all y'all.
KE6 AAP from California. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining the chat tonight. D578 UV firmware came out yesterday. I don't really care about the UV. I ordered the UV3. I hate to say that, but there is no reason not to have 50 watts on 220. Yeah, I would agree with that. There's no reason not to have 50 watts on 220.
77 now. Up to 77.
Awesome. Yes, there's no reason not to have 50 watts on 220. Totally agree with that. However, 10 watts on 220 is better than no watts on 220. Okay. My that Yaesu FT350 that was out for a while, that now there's a BTEC 50X3 radio, which is a tri-band, which only does like 5 watts on 220. I'd rather have that than just a V71A. So, yeah, but you're right, Steve. I agree with you. Yeah, 50 watts on 220 would be stellar. Shoot, I would be happy with a great 220 monoband radio with a detachable face that does 50 watts. I don't even care. I would take a dual band 220 440 radio. I don't even care about 2 meters, really. Not really. I mean, kind of, but not really. So I want to be able to operate 2 meters. I just won't ever have it on in the truck unless someone says, hey, get on 2 meters. Okay, yeah. But yeah. No, I agree with you there. You're right about that. Oh, I just pre-ordered one. Been looking for next moment. Roy, hey, dude. So seriously, and anybody who's wanted to pre-order one from that Primero One website that I just posted, make sure you tell him you got his website from me. Okay, please do me a favor and tell him that you heard about his sale. It's not a sale. His website and his order process from me. Okay, because he, like I said, he called me. He's like, "You're not going to sell this radio?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm on YouTube. I don't sell stuff anymore. I'm going to sell the rest of the crap I have, but I'm not going to. I sell T-shirts. Here, I'll give you a T-shirt." So
we gave one out tonight.
Yeah. Fred. Yeah. Fred is my hero tonight.
I sent you Fred's information.
Did I ask for it?
His call sign.
You sent it to me?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Dude, this is why I have Frank, because I can't watch everything. So thanks, Roy. Thanks, man. He says, will do. Thumbs up. Appreciate that. Noel, I got to make you a freaking admin on the channel.
One last plug. Noel reminded us. Subscriber count.
Yes.
Let's talk about your giveaway when you hit 20,000 subscribers.
Okay, so I'm at 18,850 subscribers roughly right now. When I get to, how many people we have watching?
Last I checked, 77.
77. K8MRD just says he just worked W8T, Whiskey 8 Tango, on 7.181, world's largest
T-Spot.
teapot special event station.
Wow.
How do I say this in the most politically correct manner? Teapot special event station. Pretty sure that Frank would be the best person to operate a teapot special. No, I just leave that. I just leave that there. That was a real thing he says. So let's not. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Okay. So yes, my giveaway. So those of you who Lawrence, good to have you, bro. Those of you who may not have been here earlier. So when I hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm at 18,850-ish right now. So about another 1,200, 1,200-ish subscribers. When I hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will be starting a giveaway for a virtually new, it's been used for like a couple of weeks, he said, Bridgecom UHF repeater with mobile duplexer and Pi-Star STM32 device. So you'll be able to turn you can use it analog if you want to, but it's got the cable and the Pi-Star device. You'll be able to use it as a DMR repeater, D-Star, Fusion, whatever. Doing a giveaway once my subscriber count gets to 20,000. If you are in Texas, or if you just want to because you want to, okay? And if you want to take this, if you win this repeater setup and you want to turn it into a DMR repeater system, I will give you a free spot on my Sea Bridge in Texas. Now, I'll give anybody a free spot on my Sea Bridge in Texas. I've never charged someone for a spot on my Sea Bridge in Texas. I've got 30 repeaters on my Sea Bridge in Texas. About 7 or 8 of them are mine. The rest of them are not mine. But you don't have. This is your repeater. Whoever wins this repeater, it's your repeater. Do whatever you want to with it. But it's almost a brand new Bridgecom repeater with duplexer and Pi-Star STM32 board from Repeater Builder, and I'm going to give it away on the show once I get to 20,000 subscribers. Really looking forward to that. That'll be fun. So
I don't know why they're entering. It's just going to go to my house.
Shoot. It's not going to your house. You're not winning. Frank's not going to win. I can tell you that right now. I give you free beer, Frank. That's good enough. So, thought you were going to offer a free site for the repeater. Dude, I tell you what, tower sites are the hardest part about a repeater. I've told people in Texas, all of you guys in Texas right now, if you have a tower site and you're like, man, I wish I had a DMR repeater put on my tower site, let me know. We'll find you a repeater. Got 3 of them right there next to Frank. Sitting on the ground right there next to him. And I know at least 2 more that are elsewhere somewhere. Tower sites are the hard part. So tower sites with internet access, I should say. So, yeah. No, I don't have that. But Michael Ash followed you for ages. Nice to see you live. Kill one lousy ham operator.
Where are you seeing that?
Michael Ash.
Follow you for ages. Nice to see you live. Mike, kill one lousy ham operator.
I don't know. Maybe that's K0LHO. Maybe that's his call sign. I don't know.
Kilo 1 LMO.
Yeah, kill
Yeah.
one lousy ham operator. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah. Well, that's Noel who said that. He's guessing, I guess. Yeah. Hey, Mike. I'm kind of sad that you've been watching me for ages because that makes me sound old.
No, you've only been streaming for about 3 years, 4 years now.
Well, he said I've been watching you for ages. Nice to see a live stream tonight. So he's been
Yeah.
watching my show for ages.
Uh-huh.
I'm old. It's okay. I'm okay. K1 LHO. Hey, Mike. Thanks for joining the live stream tonight, dude. It's good to have everybody. Francisco KP4IP. Hey, dude, are you in KP? Is that Puerto Rico? Are you in Puerto Rico? Is that right? Yeah.
Since Jason was in middle school, or since Jason has been tall as a middle schooler?
So that was about the same time. It was about the same time. Okay. All right. It's 10 after 10 local time here, guys. How many do we have watching?
Um,
Puerto Rico call sign.
73.
70. Oh, that's good.
73.
Francisco, thanks for joining us from Puerto Rico. Hey, man. Send me an email, Francisco. I'd like to get some information about ham radio operations in Puerto Rico we can put on my YouTube channel. Seriously. I've been wanting to know about some stuff that's going on down there for communications after the hurricane and whatnot down there, and the natural disasters y'all have had. So, send me an email.
We also have a K7JSP watching from the military barracks. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Seriously. Thank you for your service. Yeah, absolutely. And everybody in the chat, I know that KF5SLK is a veteran. Thank you for your service to everybody.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a good note to end on.
That'd be a good note to end on.
Yes.
Yeah. So, good deal. I don't really want to end because this has been fun.
It has been fun.
But on the same note, a 3-hour video on YouTube, nobody's ever going to go back and watch this. It's just blah, blah, blah. But that's okay. I don't care. So, I said you were military, Noel. Air Force is in the military. So, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You were Air Force military. Anyway. Well, of course you can't, but we are talking about DMR. I don't...
He's talking about the length of the stream.
Oh. All right, QRP guy. I still think you're a QRP guy, and you just don't want to admit it. Let me put it this way: I can do DMR QRP 5 watts and do a hotspot and talk to Africa. What can you do? No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, thank you to everyone who joined tonight. Seriously, this is really fun. I really enjoy this time. I really enjoy the live streams. YouTube has made the live streams real possible and much better in the... I muted you, Frank, just so you know. They made the live streams, it's easier to do. It's easier to keep live with and whatnot. So thank you for everyone. The super chat is very good. Thank you especially to Fred and all of you who donated to me in the super chat. This really does help keep my stream going, and my hope is to be able to grow this to an even bigger project for years to come. If you guys don't subscribe to me on, or if you're not part of my email list, go to hamradio2.com/email-sign up. Subscribe to me on email. I'm going to try to... I sent out 2 new emails this week. I'm going to keep going with that, try to keep that going on a more regular basis. If you have suggestions for radios you want to see reviewed, topics you want to see discussed, send me an email. I'm good on QRZ. And 2 weeks from tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be doing our next live stream, and it will be on an All-Star node. We can do an All-Star node. We can set up an All-Star node. I'll set it up beforehand, and we'll have it here, and I will tell everyone the All-Star node. You can connect to it. We can talk on the air during the stream. I could show you what the Allmon and the Supermon stuff looks like. I'll send out the All-Star node information to my email list sometime that week before the stream. So thank you very much, 73. Everyone have a really good night. Be sure to subscribe to me. Subscribe to K8MRD on YouTube. Subscribe to the Smoking Ape on YouTube. Subscribe to Ham Radio Crash Course on YouTube. And go check out Jon Mcclure's website for a bunch of radio reviews, especially DMR. 73, guys. Y'all have a good night. Cheers.